Funnels are the future.
Funnels.
Funnel.
Funnel, funnel, funnels.
Funnel agency.
Funnels.
Funnel. This is the next evolution. Me and Alex, online, using funnels, have generated over $1 billion in sales.
Shakir Hussein.
I feel like this is like he's telling me
Pat
about all-stars in a
Popius.
sport I don't follow. Shakir, Pat, I know those dudes.
Yeah, these guys make 3 to 7 million a month.
Jesus, that's a lot of money.
Hey, what's going on? I just want to leave this short video testimonial from my good friend Shakir. Working with him, we have grown our coaching business so quickly and so efficiently like I never thought so before. I've had a lot of these coaches and consultants as my clients, and I've had a lot of them as my mentors, and I can speak to Shakir and his team being up there with the very best. When I made the decision to work with him, it was a no-brainer, and I'm forever grateful for making that decision. Whatever it is that you need, whether it's frameworks, whether it's systems, processes, mindset, whatever it is, him and his team give you. They give you absolutely every single tool that you need to succeed. I'm personally extremely proud to call Shakir my mentor, but most importantly, I am extremely proud to call him my friend. And I look forward to continuing to grow our coaching business with him and his team. And I also look forward to maybe one day setting up businesses with Shakir. But guys, if you're watching this video and you're on the fence, bet on yourself, because Shakir will give you the roadmap to success. If you put in the action and you're ready for somebody who will give you the keys to unlocking your future, Shakir is the guy. Don't sleep on this. Get in on his programs because it's truly unique, guys. So hopefully this helps you sway your attention towards Shakir, and yeah, you'll never regret it. So Shakir, I love you, man. I'm always here for you. Thank you so much.
He talked to me and I listened, and now I have the results to prove it. I posted it on Facebook today. I got over 250 plus leads in one day, in less than 24 hours, and 3 sales. That has never happened to me before, ever. And I'm so thankful that I listened to you, Shakir. You're awesome. I recommend you 100%. Shakir will deliver. Absolutely and completely. I'll put all of his information below, and I just wanted to say, Shakir, I love you. You're a rock star, and I thank you that I don't have to struggle anymore, and that means so much to me and my family, and I thank you for honoring my heart.
He was my very first coach. Ever since I've struggled online for roughly 2 years. I've lost probably close to $70,000, but I never gave up. And that's something I want to tell all of you. Never give up, because now I made over $20,000 in sales for consulting in copywriting and Facebook. Now I have 2 pending contracts with very large B2B companies at $500,000 in sales. And in my very first 30 days, I made $4,600 in consulting. So if I have to recommend anybody for you to work with, it would be Shakir Hussein. And I really hope you get inspired to never give up and to follow your dreams. Thank you.
Shakir Hussein, I have met at a marketing conference and wealth community, and this man is full of life, full of energy, full of enthusiasm. He is definitely a strong leader. He has risen above the rest, and he's definitely risen much higher than you are, and you want to be lifted up with this man because he can bring your spirits up and give you the passion and the purpose that you need to bring yourself up into the world of the wealthy elite. And it's not just about being rich, it's just about, giving back, because he's a giver. So I definitely recommend you getting involved with Shakir. Couldn't vouch for him more than enough for a leader to follow.
I have to say that Shaq has been, for me personally, one of the most informative. He had some phenomenal training. I learned a lot from him. But one of the coolest things about Shaq is that you can learn from him on a stage, you can learn from him from his emails, his trainings, but when you actually sit down with them and ride like a 45-minute bus with them, or sit down with him at dinner, that's when I personally have actually learned the most. Yes. He's just a giving guy, and one of the things I like most about Shaq is his goal is to make you better off after leaving the conversation.
And he does.
And I really believe that you can do that. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, so I've been focusing on data protection. I'm actually really good at what I do. And over the course of last year, I think it took about 11 months, I validated the offer, and I got to a point where I think in around November last year, I did my first 100K. What that really helped me to do was to get better at delivering and also get better at organic. So Shakir and Reynolds, they helped me put a script together, understood what my client avatar is. And then what I started seeing is I'm now attracting high performance professionals. And that has helped me to generate a lot more interest, tap into those people's networks, and really start having more conversations. And these are all like high executives from all over the world coming together and I've created this community, and that's the selling point. And it's really helped me to take me to the next level. So this year, 8 months, we have done, let me share my screen. So this year we've done 150, well, this is how much we've sold. This is how many offers have gone out. So we've done 130 grand this year. This quarter, we've done—
how much have you done so far?
130 grand cash collected this year. So we hit 100K within 8 months. Last month, I actually did our best month ever. There's a graph here that shows that. So here you go, you can see that. So we did 48,350. That's the best month.
I launched this 5-day challenge. As you know, sometimes we charge, $7. Sometimes we charge $47. Sometimes we charge $297. Rohini comes along, okay? And I'll tell you this, because I have programs that are $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I remember people's names and faces very well, okay? So I know she didn't buy any of my programs, okay? She didn't buy any of my books. She didn't come to any of my live events. She literally just joined this. And today, she decided to enroll in my Diamond one-on-one program, okay? Yeah, give her a big round of applause, okay? And I want to recognize her because it's not like she's coming in and she's working her way up. She's like, hey, man, actually, let me just unmute her and then she can share her story. Go ahead, Rohini.
Yeah, like I told Shaq when I spoke to him this morning, I had a health tech startup, which is still up and running, but I lost everything due to a hostile takeover. And literally, like Steve Jobs, they fired me in November last year. And everyone's like, you'd be like Steve Jobs 2.0. And I kept telling them, I'm like, unlike Steve Jobs, I didn't come out with any money out of my company because they took all of the IP and I literally lost everything. And then I decided, okay, what next? And because I had my own company for 7 years, I couldn't go out there and get a job because it just wasn't me. So I then decided I wanted to learn a little more about sales and marketing because it's not my expertise. I'm an IT consultant. And then I did Neil Patel's like a 3-month internship with his agency. And then the next thing I was like researching a little more about marketing, and I learned, saw a little bit about funnels. And then I Googled, funnel builder, and Shaq's ad came up on Google. So I didn't I'm not a social media person, so I didn't see his ad on Facebook or anything. And so then I opened his page and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, maybe this could be a thing. Because I can tell you one thing, like in New Zealand, funnels are not a common thing here. It's might be the beginning of things, but you look at every digital marketing agency and nobody's doing funnels, right? So yeah, and then I looked at his courses and I contacted him last week and I'm like, how much does this cost? And for everyone on here, right? So for me personally, I look at this as an investment, right? I mean, and hey, you can write it off as a business expense. And I'm literally mortgaging my house to do this because I didn't get paid the $1.2 million that my company owes me. But I believe, this is the right thing for me. And like I told Shaq this morning, it's not just about the money, but it's also about making sure that it's the mentor you can work with. And having listened to him for the last 4 days, it is someone who I can actually work with for the next 12 months, because I believe he will get me from where I am and get it across the line for me. Because I'm at a place, and like I told him this morning, I don't even know what I want next. I don't even know where I fit in. I'm like literally stuck. And that's, how like this is almost like my rebound thing. And I could get out of this whole rebound state. But yeah, and this is why I've taken the jump and doing it. There you go. Maybe it will be like Steve Jobs 2.0.
You guys, by the way, yeah, I just want to say, the diamond package is now off the table, just so you guys know. Basically, I don't offer any payment plans, and I opened up literally one spot, and Rohini has taken it. So give her a big round of applause, guys. Is that cool or what? All right, so we talked about the mini VSL call funnel, okay? So I'm going to walk you guys through the different funnels that we've used in our business, okay? So first one is the mini VSL funnel, VSL mini webinar funnel, okay? Now, what the VSL mini webinar funnel is essentially when people come in, they opt in, they get a free guide, or they get free report, free ebook, free something that they get for free. Now, why do we give them something for free? Because we want to build trust and authority. Okay, I'll tell you this right now. Most business owners that we speak to, they have no authority. And you could be just like Rohini. She said to me, hey, just so you know, she doesn't want to be like a social media guru. Okay, so I already know the funnel that I'm going to build for her and the marketing plan I'm going to give to her, the automation that she's going to get, so she doesn't have to be on social media all day long. Are you guys with me so far? Okay, there's this myth. Okay, like I said on the first day, guys, I don't even post on my Instagram. Anytime I post, okay, you know, my assistant Judy, she'll message me and be like, you know, this formatting is wrong. You know, you don't know how to post on Instagram or something like that. So I never ever post on my own Instagram. Okay, if you see my TikTok, I'm pretty sure there's like 100 videos. I have a system where my team member will come in, he will slice up my YouTube videos, and then he'll publish it online. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? So that means what I can do is focus on one thing, which is my genius zone, okay? And too many of you here right now, what you do is you focus on everything but your genius zone. Imagine in your business, you did nothing except for the things that made you money, the things that made you fulfilled and helped your clients. Okay. Now, some people are like, yeah, but you know, doing digital marketing and all of this stuff is not my passion. You know, I always tell people, and this is not advice that people want to hear. It's like, you know, going to the gym. Everyone knows you should work out. Everyone knows you should go to the gym. But if you tell someone, hey, you really need to go to the gym, no one really likes hearing that advice. Okay. It's like, no one really likes hearing it. Okay. But it's the, so for me anyway, I needed to hear the advice. And then I realized, even if I join the gym, okay, how many of you have ever, so I don't want to feel alone. How many of you have ever joined a gym or a dance class or a boxing class or something, and then you just never show up? Okay, I have paid endless programs, whatever. And what I found is this concept called inevitability thinking. So I want you guys to keep this in mind. Imagine you are here right now. You're here. You're here. Okay? You want to get to this goal of yours. Goal. Here, there is multiple steps to achieving your goal. Okay? Now, what most people try to do is they try to do one thing by themselves here, and they'll go through the journey and then they fall off. Then they try something else. Then they go again, and then they try something else. They go again. They try something else. They go again. They try something else. They fall. They stop. Blah blah blah. And then now all of this just takes up years and years and years. Suddenly, 5, 10, 20 years later, guess what happens? They're doing the same thing with no growth. How many of you have experienced that before? Okay. And I say this with love, but I also say this with tough love. The reason is, in my early 20s, I was very fortunate to become a speaker. You know, one of those speakers that sells on stage. So I used to do that when I was like 21 to maybe 23, 24. Then I realized, okay, I'm speaking on stage with a bunch of other speakers that don't really have an online business. All they do is speak and sell. I'm like, these guys are just clowns. I don't want to be a clown. So what I did was I set up my own live events company, doing in-person events. We did over 100 events, impacted a lot of people, blah, blah, blah. During this time, I had the good fortune of meeting people that were usually they were in the late 30s, they were in the 40s, they were in the 50s, and some of them were in their 60s. And the number one thing that they basically came, I mean, there's so many things that they said. The first thing they always was like, how on earth did you do all of this at such a young age? Okay, they would immediately say something nice like that to me. And then they would immediately shut themselves down by saying, hey, I did this for 10, 20, 30 years, and these are the results I got. Does this make sense, everyone? Is this making sense? So it's like maybe they were a teacher, or they had a business, or they had a small business, or they tried like one thing, and they've just been stuck in it. And I remember this gentleman called Bob. He was like one of the nicest guys. Okay, he was Canadian, so Canadian people are nice in general. So he was like, nice, and then he was like super, super nice. And he brought his like 18-year-old son to me. Okay, this is what usually they do. They bring the sons, and they want me to mentor the sons and mentor them. And so Bob tells me, he goes, he used to work for Ford for 35 years. Okay, that's 3 decades. That's like older than me. Okay, and he said basically when he left, he realized that he was just a cog in the machine. Okay, he was just a cog in the machine. And it's only when you come out of something and you get some sort of mentor, some sort of system in place that gives you a fast track, then can you realize, okay, the journey that you're on. It's the same thing. People that, have been in abuse. I used to know this girl. She was in an abusive relationship, and I used to know her very, very well because she basically worked for me. She worked for me for about 5-6 years. She was my personal assistant. Then she became my executive assistant. Then she did my events and blah, blah, blah. Probably after like 6-7 years, so 5 years she worked for me, 2-3 years later, so about 6, 7, 8 years later, I find out that she was in this crazy abusive relationship. And I was like, oh my, I thought you had a really good, relationship with your partner, and they had a bunch of kids and whatever. And she herself didn't know that she was married to a narcissistic, abusive man. Does this make sense, everyone? But when she left, then she could look back and connect the dots. There's this famous saying, like, Steve Jobs said, I can't remember it now, but it's like, to go forward, you need to look back and then connect the dots. Anyone heard of that one before? Okay, so why is this funnel, I would say, okay, not for everyone, but I would say for about 80% of you who are stuck making less than $30,000 per month, okay? If you're making less than $30,000 per month, it means that you have inconsistent lead flow, inconsistent clients, usually charging low ticket for your products and services, and you don't have what's called a VSL funnel. So I'll give you an example, another example to drive. Is this making sense? Everyone raise your hand if it's making sense. I need to know we're on the right page. Okay, so I got a guy, Tony. Now, this guy used to do in-person work, okay, in-person meetings. So he was basically, he used to help footballers and celebrities and athletes with financial services and financial planning, okay? So one of my friends who's way, way wealthier than me, he sends me a message, says, you need to go speak to this guy, okay? How many of you have ever been to London? London, anyone? London? So I go to Tower Bridge, I meet this guy. I look at him, he's got a fancy Mont Blanc pen, a nice little briefcase, wearing like a 3-piece suit. And I show up with a hoodie, okay? And it's like, this is not a match, all right? So he had, just before I met, he had reviewed all my accounts, my personal finances and all that good stuff. And he couldn't believe how I make money looking like this, working from home. And I couldn't believe his business model, meeting people in person, when in today's day and age, we can do online marketing and have massive leverage, sell coaching, consulting, courses, and really be able to scale ourselves. So we're not working in the business, we're working outside the business. Does this make sense? Write this down. If you work in your business, your time and your income is limited, okay? Now, I work in my business when there's a high paying client. Someone gives me 50K to 100 grand, I'm okay to work in the business. Does that make sense? It's okay to work in the business. However, you want to also be working on the business. So I'm speaking to this gentleman, and he asked me a bunch of questions like, hey man, how do you make hundreds of thousands of pounds a month, blah, 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 all that good stuff, okay? And I turn around and I say, okay, you asking me all these questions, let me start asking you some questions. So I ask him, hey, can I ask you how long you've been doing this business? He goes, 30 years, okay, 30 years or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, This is like before I was born, you were doing this business. So he's been doing the same business for 30 years. Guys, this was his business model. And I want you guys to understand this, okay? 30 years, okay? So he was in the services-based business. The service-based business is a one-on-one. What that means is he trades his time for money. He trades time for money, okay? So we do not like this. Why? Because if you trade time for money, is there an asset that gets created? Yes or no? No, there is no asset. It's like poor people thinking, okay? Poor people thinking is I make money and then I go and spend it, okay? When I make money, the first thing I say to myself, and by the way, this is the number one thing that will determine, Ismail, you better listen to this as well. The number one thing that will determine young kids and you guys as well, okay? Number one thing that will determine how much wealth you create in your life. As soon as new money comes into your life, what do you do with it? What needs to happen is that money now needs to be invested either in yourself, in your business to create an asset. That asset produces cash flow, passive income, and then you spend from that passive income. Does that make sense? Yeah, and again, I'm not judging anyone because I made every single mistake under the sun, okay? But I'm just telling you, I would know people that would make six figures, you know, few hundred grand a year, and they'd be flying first class, business class, whatever. And I'd think to myself, like, you make this much money, why are you always lavishly spending? I got on my first business class, business class. I think I was coming back from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur to London, after I had made $10 million. Okay. I bought my first ever Range Rover when I had 1 million in the bank. I think that was like 1 million pounds. And my dad asked me, son, are you sure you can afford this? And I said, Dad, don't worry. I've got £1 million in the bank sitting there. Okay. What was I doing with the rest of my money? I was investing it in assets. So here's the downside of when you do services. Now, in the beginning, it's fine, but this is what the guy was doing. He was trading time for money. Number two, there was no assets created. Okay. This was his business model. Okay. You guys ready and the reason why I'm showing you this is because you can identify this and then say, I don't want to do that. Okay. So his business model was he was doing financial services. Okay. Now on the front, he was making a lot of money. Okay. And very good money. So he's making about 200K to 300 grand per year. Now, this is what would happen. He would have trickles. Okay. Trickles. This is what trickles looks like. Trickles of leads coming to him. They would go to his website, which looks like it's from the 1990s website. Okay. Then they would request a phone call with him. He would get the phone call, and then he would drive. Okay. How do you draw a car? This is my, as good as my, is this how you draw? Whatever. Okay, you can't be good at everything, okay? That's the picture of a car. What is that? Okay, that's the picture of a car, okay? I think it's the four wheels, okay? He would take his car and he would drive up and down the country, all over the UK. And I think he had something like maybe a few 100,000 miles on the clock, okay? So he would be driving up and down the country, and then he would meet one-on-one with his prospects. Is everyone following this? Okay. By the way, this is how typical businesses work. But don't be typical. If you want to make above typical money, then don't be typical. And if no one else has shown you this, I'm showing it to you. So he would then do his pitch. Okay. He had this basically a pitch, and he would close 1 in 4. So he would close 25% of people. Okay, so 1 in 4. And I think his prices were like maybe 3 to 4K, and then it would go up and whatever. So I look at that and I'm like, do you meet people one-on-one? And he's like, yeah, because he has to like explain, and he gets his notepad out, and then he explains how the financial services work. And And sometimes if you go to a fancier hotel like Four Seasons or the Dorchester or whatever, any nice hotel, in the lobby, you're going to see all these guys dressed up in suits, and they usually have someone there that they're trying to pitch. How many have you ever seen anyone like that? Yeah, you see, you know what I mean? They're usually with someone a little bit more senior, and they're trying to pitch this retirement planning scheme or whatever, okay? It's funny because now I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what my guy used to do. Here's what really shocked me. And I thought to myself, okay, man, this is cool. Until I asked him, how long have you been doing it for? And he goes to me, basically 30 years, okay? Give or take a few years. I'm pretty sure it was 30 years. And all I said to him was something along the lines of, do you know what a funnel is? Because if you have a funnel, you don't need to talk to anyone. You can now get people coming to you. And he's like, no, I don't know. I said, okay, cool. Come to one of my live events. I'm going to teach you about funnels. He comes in. He comes to my 3-day live event, 3-day event in London. So, you know, every now and then I do these 3-day live events. At the 3-day live event, he likes what he sees, wires me 100 grand. Okay? 100 grand. I mentor him. I mastermind with him, and I give him some funnels and some ideas on how to scale his business without him. Is everyone on the same page? Is everyone getting this so far? Okay. All right. He then takes all of this information, okay, info. Some of you, by the way, you're stuck in information overwhelm. How many of you are stuck in information overwhelm? Okay. What you need is information doesn't make you money. Okay. If I just read, you know, all of these books, but there's a whole bunch of books here. Okay. Probably like 500 or 600 books. If I just read the books, I would be information overwhelmed. What you need to be is in implementation overwhelmed. Okay, implementation. This is where the money comes in, when you implement something. Okay, just learning along is not enough. You have to implement. So, pays me 100 grand, masterminds with me, gets access to some funnels. Okay, so funnels is essentially, some of you are new, it's automated client acquisition process. Okay, he now puts himself on LinkedIn. Okay, by the way, some of you, your best clients are on LinkedIn. Some of you, you know, if you're selling some sort of weight loss product, pill, potion, whatever, your best clients are going to be on something like TikTok and Instagram. Why? Because it's visually appealing. Does that make sense? The traffic, and write this down, not all traffic source is equal. I know when someone comes in through a recommendation, when someone comes in, so like, for example, Rahini, she came in through essentially a search ad, but also a recommendation because of how I structured my funnel, right? Because she saw, she read Russell Brunson's books. She was like, okay, I need to find the best funnels guy. Let me go get, you know, look for a funnels builder. She saw my ad. She knew it was an ad. You guys see where I'm going with this? Okay. She knew it was a paid ad because it says paid ads, right? Sponsored ad. She clicks on it. She books a call. Now she's become a 100K client. So this guy, what he does is he comes along and he's like, okay, you know, he's not going to do Facebook and Instagram. He'll do LinkedIn. Now, because of the way his offer gets structured, by the way, I'm going to teach you guys this. This is advanced stuff, okay? Can't teach it to you right now, but the way you structure your offer, write this down. How you structure your offer. So it becomes, you know, people feel stupid if they say no to it. Okay, no one wants to feel stupid, right? So how you structure your offer in an irresistible manner. So he does this. Remember, I shared with you guys, offer is one part. He gets done for you funnels, okay, because he's in his 50s. He has no time, energy to do techie stuff, automation, blah, blah, blah. So funnels, okay, offer funnels. And then his traffic was from LinkedIn. Traffic, LinkedIn. And then the last one was sales. Okay, now you can do sales yourself. You can outsource the sales. Okay, but these are the 4 components. How many, guys? 4 components. The sales system, the traffic system, the funnel system, the offer. Okay, 4 steps. This is what happens. Okay, so this is what happened. This is before. Hold on. Before. Okay. By the way, your business and your marketing, write this down. Every single thing that you do in your business or marketing needs to come in 3 stages. How many stages? 3. Before, during, and after. The people that make, say, under 15,000, say under $20,000 a month, versus the people that make $200,000 a month, they have identified before, during, and after component. Okay, so you have to learn what happens before. So here, this was the before section. Before, okay. The during section was this part, during, okay. This is what happens during when we work together. And then the after section, okay, so after, this was the after section. I'm going to show you what happens in the after section. The after section was automated funnels. He goes viral on LinkedIn, so people start sharing his stuff. Now his calendar gets booked up with high ticket phone calls. Phone calls get booked. He goes from, I never forget this, right? Because he says to me, I went from being the hunter to the hunted. Okay. He used to close 25%, 1 out of every 4 people, AKA 3 people would waste his time. How many of you have ever done business where you just like at the end, you're like, man, I don't want to do business with this person. It's just become a time waster. Sure, even if you're the most positive person in the world, okay, sometimes I like to be the most positive person in the world, you're still like, oh my gosh, I just wasted my time. Yes or no? And by the way, time, it doesn't matter what age you are. Usually after 30 years old, you realize, oh my God, I need to be very protective of my time. Okay, so guess what? By the way, he was doing this for 30 years. Okay. Now in his mind, he was like, he's successful, right? Because his friends and family is like, no, he's the man. He's got a house. I think he was driving a Range Rover, you know, got a couple of kids. Like he's the man, you know, he dresses well, eats well, looks well, super fit, goes to the gym. But when I look at this and I'm like 25%, 1 out of every 4. So what the heck are you doing? And by the way, remember, this is not online, okay? Online, every day, I'll get rejected by what? 20,000 people. I don't care. I'm only looking for 200 leads. Do you guys see the difference? Okay? When you have an online business, the way I help you structure it, you can reach masses, thousands of people every single day. And then using the funnel, you can qualify them to the point where it's only a handful of people that you end up working with, that you end up talking to, that you end up doing business with. But you see, when you do that, what tends to happen is now you have freedom in your business. Now you don't struggle and you don't stay stuck in terms of, oh, I need to deal with every single person. Why? Because now you're qualifying only the top leads. Does this make sense, everyone? Raise your hand if it's making sense. Okay. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail into this in just a second. But here's what happens. He goes from this to this. His close rates go to 75%. So out of 3 to 4. Okay, so he starts closing 3 out of every 4 prospects. Now, for 30 years, he's been driving up and down the country. Guess what he does? He stops driving. You know how I know this? Because I called him up expecting him just to jump in his car. And he lives like maybe 1.5 hours away from me, like somewhere in Kent. Okay, I was expecting him to just jump in his car and come and see me. And he tells me, no, Shaq, you remember what you told me? I don't go to see my clients anymore. They need to come to me. And I was like, but it's me. He's like, no, Shaq, you told me, don't go and see the clients, get them to come to you. So, hey, Shaq, you and your family members, you need to come up to me. And I remember like being so sucky. I'm like, I can't believe it. How many of you guys think that was powerful? Actually, it's like for 30 years, he's been doing the same thing. And then boom, one conversation, okay? One conversation he has with me, The same conversation that you guys can have with my team members, even with myself. One breakthrough. He gets that breakthrough, and now he ain't driving no more. Okay, he ain't driving no more. No more driving. Okay, no more driving. Finished. Finito. Okay, now what is he doing? Now, because he has a system, what's the word, guys? He has a system. Okay, he has a system. He's now got his 21-year-old son. I think he's 21 or maybe 22. He's early, young 20s, the kid is. Okay, his son now runs the entire business. Is this powerful? Is anyone getting aha from this? If you are, I can't see your faces, so just go in and type in aha. I want to see you guys. Go type in aha. So, system, 21 years old. Here's the process. I'm going to show you guys the process. Okay, how many of you guys want to know the process? Here's the process. Raise your hand if you want to know the process. Okay. Yesterday, remember I talked about the 5 Ps. One of them was people, packaging, pricing. One of them was process. Process. Okay. And I have fancy slides and presentations, but I thought, you know what? I already know this off by heart, so I'm just going to give it to you guys over here. Okay. So remember, first thing first, we identify who is our perfect client. Who is the perfect client for us? Okay. So in my case, I shared with you guys, it's someone who's 40 years ish plus. Okay. They need to have access to X amount of money. Why? Because we want to make sure that we can provide them a premium solution. So at least 10K plus. Okay. If someone says, hey, we don't have 10K, then every now and then, if they speak to my team, then we'll offer payment plans. Okay, where people can get started for, let's just say, $2,500. Okay, most of the time we wouldn't offer this. When we do something like a challenge, we would. Does this make sense? Okay, the reason why is because this is what's called a promotional campaign. So this 5-day challenge is a promotional campaign. 5-day challenge. Okay, 5-day SFC, Sales Funnels Challenge. Promotional campaigns are something, it's basically a promotion. It doesn't happen all the time. I don't get on camera and I don't, present like this basically every single month or every single week. I do it maybe once. Like last time I did it properly, it was 2 years ago. Okay. This time I'm doing it and I'm like, I'm not doing this ever again. Okay. I say that and then people complain. Shaq, come and give us some value. And so I basically throw up a campaign and I do it. Okay. So 5-day sales funnel. What I like to do and what we teach our clients to do in the beginning, especially when you're making under 50 grand a month, is you need to build an evergreen business. That means the business needs to get you clients and leads 24/7 without you being chained to begging for prospects. Is this making sense? Everyone, just type in yes if it's making sense. Please quickly type in yes so I can move forward. Okay. Now what happens is, okay, this is our first step. We identify who do we want to target, who do we want to talk to, who do we want to serve. Okay, so for example, I shared with you who we want to serve. Okay, most of my clients are Americans, Canadians, New Zealand, UK, Saudi Arabia. Okay, number 2, what is it that you're selling? Okay, so what is it that you're selling? So what is your offer? And remember the mistake people make. What's a big mistake people make? They stick with just one thing. Okay, they stick with just one offer. I think on the first or second day of the challenge, we were speaking to Wahida. I don't know if Wahida is on here today, but we were talking and she said she's just focused on one offer and it's £1,000. And although she's getting results, how many of you believe she's leaving so much money on the table? Okay, because guess what? For example, Rohini, when she came on, she literally said these words to me. Okay, hopefully it's right. Ismail was next to me. She said, if you offered me something for 5 grand, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't have taken you seriously. Do you guys get that? Okay, give me a thumbs up if you got that. When I spoke to George, he said something similar. Look, I'm done. I've tried so many different things, and I've just spent 6 years and I need someone who's going to hold me accountable. So what is it that you're selling? And what we talk about is a value ladder. Okay, so front end, middle, back end. 3 different price points, 3 different price points. Okay, now as you guys know, I'm using a real life case study. Okay, how many of you guys would like to see this campaign? On average, it's pulling in about $2,000 a day. Okay, because it did what, 21K? Okay, they all want to see it. Okay, just so you know, those of you who don't have a highly optimized website funnel, not just a website, we're talking about a funnels website, we will build you one of these ourselves. Okay, how many of you guys would love for me and my team to build you a full money-making website funnel, a funnels website, just by a show of hands? Okay, because this is like one part of the battle. So if you see here, people come in. Okay, this is a proven campaign. Okay, scroll down. It's got some value. Write this down. Each funnel needs to have a value that's given away. Okay, so what is this? So for example, let's just pick on brother Mahmoud. Mahmoud, all right, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Okay, good to see you here. Okay, let's just say Mahmoud is here. Yeah. Now Mahmoud is coming. He's got a business. He's got an idea. Let's just say he's selling mobile phones. Okay. And he's now saying, you know, I need to get more people coming into my business. And he's heard of this thing called TikTok. You know, kids are using it, grown adults are using it, but he's kind of confused. So he comes onto this website, and in his mind, he's thinking, okay, just tell me what is TikToks? What is TikTok? What is a TikTok ad? And now he just clicks on one button and boom, it says a little, so to speak, an ad, a post. What is TikTok ads? Are you guys seeing this? Now Mahmoud is reading this and he's nodding and saying, I need this. Facebook sucks. E-commerce is dead. My advertising costs are going up. Okay, what is this? I need a blue ocean strategy. Type this in, guys. Not even type this in. Write this out for yourself in your notepad. You need a blue ocean strategy. Okay, when you decide to enroll and you start working with us, I will personally help you craft your own blue ocean strategy. What's a blue ocean strategy? It's a place where you are the only one. Does this make sense, everybody? Listen, there's people that will charge you $100 to build a funnel. There's people that will charge you $20,000 to build a funnel. Then there's me that will charge you $50,000 to $100,000 to build a funnel. Are you guys with me? Okay. By the way, Russell Brunson, he charges $500,000. I think $500,000, and he wants about 50% of your entire business. How many of you people think that's crazy? But is it crazy good or is it crazy bad? It's crazy good, because guess what? There's so many corporate companies, so many Silicon Valley companies that are well funded. They can afford to cut 500K for a funnel like that. So when we do this, okay, I will help you craft a blue ocean strategy, just like how I helped Ismail do this, right? Ismail, this blue ocean strategy. Okay, so Mahmoud comes along and he's like, okay, what is this? TikTok is a real blue ocean. Bang. He's now reading more about us. Bang. And then this is another important thing. Okay, you have to show people, if they try to do things on their own, what is the cost? Write this down. It's called an ROI justification. Okay, and you can show me any business and I will tell you, Mahmoud, and everyone else how to do an ROI justification. So for example, in my business, okay, if you wanted a funnel, you need to know how to write copy. You know, copy sometimes you can spend $500, you can spend $5,000, you can spend $50,000 on copy. Okay, I have paid personally one of my copywriters over $50,000 cash to write copy for me. This funnel over here, I can go on and on actually about these funnels, but this funnel, Chic Mastermind, okay, this one I used to do a group program. Okay, now if you buy this, you get basically one-on-one access to me. Okay, now this original sales letter was written by one of my best friends, a brother from Somalia. Okay, he lives in America. Actually, now he lives in Dubai, but he wrote this entire letter. And I just want to scroll down for just a few minutes, if that's okay. Okay, scrolling. It sells an offer from $30,000 to $100,000 to $250,000. And I can scroll down. By the way, this is one of my clients, okay, many years ago. He paid me over $100,000. He paid me about $175,000. Okay. Today, right today, I just saw him post on his Facebook. He won the $25 million award. I straight away looked at Ismail and I said, yeah, what does that mean? You need to get on it. Okay. You need to go from making $2,000 a day to $20,000 a day. All right. So this is, and by the way, some of you guys are Americans. How many of you from America? Okay. Most people, you know what Inc. 5000 is. Okay. So he just got featured on Inc. 5000 as well. One of the fastest growing company in America. Okay. So not just these awards, but this award as well. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Obviously I got testimony from Russell Brunson, proof of payment, blah, blah, blah. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Guys, this funnel and this offer, okay, has produced over $8 million cash. Okay, write this down. $40,000 times 200-ish people. Okay, 200. That's $8 million. Okay, and by the way, this is the program. Can you guys see this? Okay, this is the program. And I call it the 8-figure CEO accelerator. Okay, so this is like for people that really want to like fast track themselves. Okay, so going back to TTA, TikTok's agency. Over here, what I'm doing is I'm doing an ROI justification. If you were to do this yourself, it would cost you this much money. For example, if you are selling any sort of program. So I'll just walk you through this actually, it's much easier. People that are interested in TikTok agency, there's 4, 5, 6, 7 things you need to know. You need to know about creating. You need to know that ideas take time. You need to know about scripts. You need to know recording, ads, reporting, analyzing. Okay. So now what happens is you're seeing all of this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me 7, 14, 15, 23, 26, 29, 36 hours. I don't have 36 hours. Are you kidding me? Let me just hire this agency. Does this make sense? Who's got a business here? Just show of hands. Say, for example, Wahida. Okay. In your funnel, you can have, hey, if you're a CEO and your time is worth minimum $100 an hour, it could be worth $500 an hour. Okay. I value myself at $5,000 an hour. So if you said, hey, most CEOs value themselves at $100 all the way up to $1,000, and some of them even $5,000 an hour. How much is it costing you that you're filled with anxiety and panic attacks on a weekly basis? How many of you guys just like got something from there? If you show people how much it's valued at, because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, naturally people don't value things. Okay. Do you guys remember the first day I started this program? Some of you, by the way, you know me for a few years, like George, he's seen me make $7.5 million in affiliate marketing. You know, he's been following me for 6 years, so he kind of knows who I am. But some of you, who do I not know? There you go, Mahmoud Yaqub. He has no idea who I am, okay? He just came in. He's probably thinking to himself, who is this guy? What does he know? Showing off his awards, talks too much, smiles too much. Let me see if he's got the goods. He's going to sell me something. Of course, I'm going to sell you something, okay? Because I want to help you, okay? Now, this is what he's thinking. But watch this. I pull up strategic coach. How many of you guys remember when I pulled this out? And what did I say? I said, guys, there's this 75-year-old man who I paid $35,000. And he's going to teach me how to use my mind. And I didn't tell my dad because my dad would probably smack me. Okay. But this is what the guy teaches you. He teaches you how to think. Now you might be thinking, what are you talking about? I know how to think. But are you truly happy with all the results in your life right now? Because all the results in your life right now come down to one thing, the actions that you've taken. Why do you take those specific actions? Because of one thing, because of the thoughts that you've had. Yes or no? So doesn't it make sense if you change your thinking, then you're going to take different actions. If you take different actions, then you're going to get different results. So the first day I opened up and I shared with you this story. And why did I share this story with you? So you would immediately have a high value perception of this class. Does that make sense? If I didn't do this, then you wouldn't show up on day 3, day 4, day 5. You'd be gone. Are you guys with me? So this is part of something called price anchoring. Write that down. Price anchoring. Okay, price anchoring. If you don't anchor in prices, in your funnels, in your systems, in your offers, okay, price anchoring. And then if you don't have price anchoring, and if you don't show people a roadmap of what they can invest in, aka your value ladder, then they will always go for the bare minimum. That's why you'll have people that are in the same business. For example, I know people that will say stuff like, you know, I teach people how to become confident. You know, I'm in personal development, and I've seen their journey for 10 years. And then I see Tony Robbins. Okay. And I knew of Tony when he was probably making $100-200 million a year. Okay. Now he makes like $5 billion a year. You guys see the difference? What is it? Someone understands sales, marketing, funnels, offers, traffic, and someone doesn't. So scroll down. Again, this is what makes us different. If you're not different, people won't remember you. If you're the same as everyone else, people won't remember you. And again, for me, because I have specific results, which most people will come across and be like, wow, that's enough for me. Because in my industry, where people have a business or they want to start a business, they're looking for fast results. So it's easy. Okay, I just show them, you know, I show them these awards and they're like, okay, cool. So here's another example. When I speak to someone that's made $1 to $2 million, they quickly realize $1 million or $2 million is not a lot of money. You know where they're at? They're stuck over there. Okay. But what they really want is to make their first $10 million. Okay. Now, obviously, this is for a little bit more advanced, but what I've seen is that this is what makes me stand out. So what makes you stand out? Okay. What makes you stand out? Scroll down. Here's a few examples. Why should I consider TikTok? Blah, blah, blah. Next step. And then you have this, guys. What is this? This is the call funnel. Okay. And there's a little mistake here, Ismail, which is you must not let your calendar be open for more than 3 days. Okay. So again, I'm giving him some live critique here. Okay. So the problem with working with smart people like Ismail is a little bit smart. So he always has a smart answer for everything. Okay. And then I have to just tell him, okay, test my idea versus yours. No, Mahmoud, unfortunately, I can't give him one of those. Okay. But you guys see where I'm going with this? And scroll down. Check this out. Doing a minimum of $50,000 a month. So for example, Mahmoud comes along and he's read all of this stuff. And then he sees, oh my gosh, my business has to make $50,000 a month before I even book a call with this guy. If you are making 50 grand a month, you look at this and be like, okay, I'm in. But if you're not, you're like, okay, I'm not doing 50 grand a month. I'm out. Does that make sense? But here's the key thing, guys. And I want you to get this. Okay. But what did Mahmoud do? He read the whole page. Yes or no? And write this down. EBM. This is one of the secrets to selling anything. This is how I can sell anything. I don't care if it's $7 or $70,000 or $700,000, because I understand EBM. What does EBM stand for? Education-based marketing. Okay. When you educate somebody, you build trust. So for example, Mahmoud's coming into this website. He's like, man, I need some TikTok ads. Now, he doesn't even know why he needs TikTok ads, but we've just educated him on why he needs it. Okay, education-based marketing. Now he comes down and he's like, okay, I'm not doing 50 grand a month. Maybe he's doing 30K a month. What do you think? And who do you think he remembers when he hits 50 grand a month? He's like, TikToksagency.com. That's where I need to go. So in your marketing, this is a big thing that we want to do. Okay, how we do this is we add it into our funnels. So scroll down. By the way, how many of you guys are enjoying this master plan checklist? Okay. All right. So we go back and we talked about who is your perfect prospect? What is that you're offering? Okay. And 3, in your funnels, we need to have why should people do business with you? Every single thing that we like what I showed you, Ismail is following a specific copy formula. And this copy formula is, again, this is what bought $21,000 in 10 days. Now he has a system called a free traffic system. Okay, $1,000 a month. How many of you could spend $1,000 a month to generate $20,000 a month? By the way, so sometimes you might be like, yeah, but I don't want to do paid traffic. That's fine. Do the free traffic system. Use Ismail's free traffic system. Okay. By the way, this free traffic system works for any business. Doesn't matter what niche you're in, and doesn't matter who you're targeting. It works. Okay. It doesn't matter what you're selling and who you're targeting. It works. Because once you have the right funnel, then you can use the free traffic system and you can go over there. Okay. Now, when our clients, so some of you that are going to be working with me here, okay, I'm not sure exactly the number, but again, like I said, we're going to select 30 people only. Okay. So those 30 people, we are going to help you make your first 100K to 150 grand cash. Okay. Through the free traffic system. Okay. The free traffic system allows you to jumpstart your cash flow, get a whole bunch of cash in the bank. So then you can use some of that into paid traffic. Does this make sense? Okay, so now watch this. Okay, so for example, you start working with us. Okay, and again, you work with us one way. Work with us. You have to apply. Okay, you have to apply. You have to get on a phone call. You have to make sure that you're mentally sane, that you're going to do what we say. Okay, that you're not looking for a get rich quick program. You're going to actually follow through. Okay, so, and what's the link to work? funnels.com/VIP. Drop a link in that, save that link. Those of you who are new here, I saw a whole bunch of people today join today. Okay, thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, make sure you go to funnels.com/VIP and book a phone call. Okay, if we believe that you can make anywhere from an extra, whatever you're doing, an extra $10,000, $30,000, $100,000 a month, and we believe in you, then we're going to offer you our services. But other than that, you're still going to get value. Make sure you go to funnels.com/VIP. Okay. By the way, has anyone noticed here that I am very direct and very open with how you can work with me? And I'm very happy to offer you my services. Yes or no? Okay. A lot of the times people are so afraid of offering their services. How you get over that is you must make sure that you have a great product. Write this down, a great product that gets people results. Okay. You need to have some testimonials. I recommend minimum 3 testimonials. Okay. And by the way, if you're brand new and you're like, Bashek, I don't have any testimonials, don't worry. We're going to show you how to get testimonials and case studies, even if even if you have no testimonials. Okay. Even if you have no business, I'm going to show you how to go and get your first testimonials. Another thing that you need is a unique offer. Okay. And then the last one, which is one of the most important ones, is how you position your offer. Okay. So these 4 ingredients, how many? 4 ingredients. Why is this key? Okay. Positioning your offer. What that means is the authority that you have, the brand, okay, based on your experience and expertise. Okay. And here's what I want you to remember. Every single thing that's happened in your life, good or bad, and trust me, this is such a breakthrough if you get this, okay? Every single thing, good or bad in your life, can be turned into an asset. Every single thing, okay? Think about it. More than probably once, I've mentioned I grew up in a council flat, government housing projects or whatever, okay? Americans call it projects. In the UK, we call it council flats, okay? Well, I talk about this. When I was growing up in the council flat, it wasn't nice. But as I got older, I realized, wow, if I just told people, hey guys, I made $30 million before I turned 30 years old, immediately, Mahmoud, your brain shuts off. Okay? You're like, because you already start judging me. Okay? But I put in a story, hey, listen, I started off, my parents told me go to school, college, university. I dropped out of university my final year. I came across this internet marketing thing. I tried it. I failed. And then I had some success. And the success got to my head. And then I lost all my money. And then I started again. And then I made my first 7 figures. Then I made my first 10 million. and then I used it as a system. Does this make sense? That's the story. So how you position it in your offer is you have a compelling story. How many of you are fans of Tony Robbins? Okay, a handful of you guys. Okay, how many of you know of Tony Robbins? How many of you know at least one story that Tony Robbins has said 101 times? Okay, there's one story that you know. Okay, why? Because that's part of him positioning himself. Another thing that you have to understand is timing. Okay, how do you position your timing, your offer during timing? So for example, Wahida, I haven't checked your funnels out, but let's just say if I was in the panic anxiety niche and I wanted to come up with a premium program that I could charge a lot, I could deliver really well. I'm happy because, you know, the people are buying stuff, then they're buying courses. You know, if you don't have a course, then you're easily missing out on course revenue, you know, because I've hired a consultant, not for panic attacks and stuff, but for another personal issue. And as soon as I paid her, I can't remember her name, Dr. something. I paid her, I can't remember how much it was, maybe $250 or $400 an hour. So as soon as I paid her, literally on the phone call, she offered me her program. She's like, oh, by the way, this hour was great. Would you like to learn more? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, we have a 6-module course. And I'm like, okay, I don't have time for that. Okay, but she offered it to me, right? And then her assistant messages me and she's like, you know, doctor is really busy right now. And so she's not doing much more one-on-one consulting or whatever. But if you'd like to, this is the course. And I was like, huh, like that's a nice way to upsell. So timing, okay. Imagine I'm giving all of you an example here. Let's just say I was in this niche, anxiety and panic. I would change some of the angles on my funnels and I'd say, hey, now that we're in a recession, CEOs need to protect their number one asset. It's not their business. It's not their time. It's not anything. It's not their crypto. It's not their stocks. What is it? It's their confidence. How do you protect your confidence? By making sure that you yourself take care of you. 95% of CEOs struggle with panic attacks, anxiety, staying up late nights, drinking too much coffee. I've developed a 5-step solution called XYZ framework. I've put together a free video that shows you the mistakes people make. Check it out, opt-in. How's that for some copy? How they opt-in and says, hey, congratulations. You might be a CEO that's so ambitious that your husband, your wife, your friends and family don't really understand you. But I was in your position too. And I've worked, maybe you've been doing panic attack coaching for 2 years. Maybe you've done it for 10 years. Maybe you've done it since you were a little kid and you just had this innate gift inside of you that you could help people reduce their anxiety. You could say, okay, for the last 20 years, this is what I've mastered. And again, you can talk about, 5 big mistakes what people make. Now, by the way, I'm not in your niche, so I'm just spitting here. Okay, is that okay with you guys? Okay, and I can say, hey, mistake number 1, when people get stressed and they panic and then they overeat. Okay, when they feel alone, then they end up doing bad things on gambling websites, porn websites, whatever. Okay, number 3, they take up unhealthy habits like smoking, and these days they start vaping. And by the way, I know this because when I'm walking around, where I live and stuff, there's lots of people that have 9 to 5 corporate jobs, and they're either smoking cigarettes or they're vaping. One or the other, right? And so it's like, that's the 3rd one. Number 4 is, hey, if you don't take care of this, you're going to have marital problems. You're not going to spend much time with your kids, blah, blah, blah. And number 5, which most CEOs will value, which isn't right or wrong or whatever, but their business, your business is going to suffer. Hey, these are the 5 big mistakes that people make, and it's costly. How would you like to eliminate all of them in under 60 minutes? I'm hosting a free session, I'm doing blah, blah, blah. Now you get them to apply based on where they're at. You customize an offer for them. How many of you thought that was powerful? Okay, anyone else? Yeah, give me a thumbs up for all of you that don't have your video on. Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense. Okay, I know if you do even 10% of what I'm talking about here, the business can get to the next level. Okay, so this is the plan. Okay, we want to identify the process. Who, what, what are the funnels that you need? Okay. Inside of the funnels, we want to make it very clear. Okay. The call to action, how to work with us. And on this, you want to lead with a great product. That's results focused. Testimonials, unique offer, positioning offer. If you're starting from scratch and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have a great product. I have no idea what is a great product. I don't have no testimonials. I certainly don't have a unique offer that gets people to buy right now. Okay. And I certainly don't know anything about positioning. I just give you a little crash course. Okay. These are the things that we will cover with you in detail. And because I love this program and I've spent 2.5-ish years building this program up, I want you to make sure that you read about it at funnels.com/VIP. Okay. We are going to be enrolling clients today, tomorrow, and the next few days. But most importantly, again, we're going to be taking 30 people. I think there's like now 17-ish, 17 or 14 spots, something like that. It's under 20 spots. Okay. So book a call and make sure you get this. Okay. Next thing next. 5. Now that we have access to all of this stuff, 2 metrics. How many metrics? 2 things. Okay. What is your cost per acquisition? Cost per acquisition. And what is your lifetime value? Okay. LTV stands for lifetime value. And like with anything, okay, is very important that I go through a story with you to drive this point home. Okay, so 21 years old, I go to New York, broke as a joke, could barely afford the ticket, somehow managed to kind of talk my way into this event. Everyone's a millionaire because it was called 10 for 10, 10 students, you're going to get mentored by millionaires. This was my first experience of a live event. So I go to New York, Madison Square Gardens, and I go into this one event, and I never forget it because I was like the first one in and the last one to leave because I was just so hungry to learn this stuff, right? Like, how are these normal people making millions and I'm this broke kid from East London? So I go, and there was a program that we were promoting. It was an affiliate program. It was like $50 on the front end, and then it was like $2,000, and then it was like $10,000 and $20,000. Okay, so I go in, and one of the guys is talking to the other guy. One of the guy was one of my earliest mentors, Michael. So Michael was talking to another guy called Andrew, and they were talking about how they're spending $250 to get a $50 sale. You guys get that? Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're spending $250 to get a $50 sale, how on earth are you making money? That's when Michael explained to me about this concept. And he said, the reason why they'll spend $250 to get a $50 sale is because each sale over here can be worth anywhere from $2,000 to $10K to $20,000. Do you guys get that? So this is the lifetime value. This was the cost per acquisition, $250. And now, let's say the lifetime value, let's just say on a cheap program, $2K. Okay, on $2K, we now, LTV equals $2K minus CPA equals $250. Let's just call it $200, $1,800. That means for every $200 I spend, I make $1,800 back, right? Is this making sense, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if it's making sense. So that means I'm now making 9 times my money. Do you guys get that? I now make 9 times my money. So I came back home. I mean, I really can't remember what else I learned at that event. I just can't remember because I got this and I thought to myself, wow, these guys make money because they spend money. Okay. So I came back and I remember this was an affiliate program. Okay. I come back and literally from zero, the first year, I make $120,000. Okay. And by the way, that was so much bloody money for me. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like cloud 9. I have 2 younger brothers, which, you know, I love them. I adore them so much. I was like, guys, I'm rich. We're going out every day to Nando's. Okay, Nando's is like this restaurant, or it's like a grill out or something in the UK. And I think they have it globally, but whatever. Okay. I get this. This was my first year, guys. Second year, I now go to $275,000. My third year, I have my first $1.2 million. And then every year from there, it went to 2.4 mil, then it went to 3.6 mil, and then 6.5 mil, and then 7.8 mil, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then you kind of lose count, and then it's just a game and it doesn't matter. But what am I sharing here with you? I developed the system to get the cost per acquisition and the lifetime value dialed in. And again, it was dialed in because of one thing. I had the right funnels. Is this making sense? I want to just like give you everything, okay? Now you have the funnels, which is basically the process of getting customers. You have an offer, which is, who you're selling to, okay? Funnels. And now what we're going to do, funnels and offer, but it's not enough, is it? Because some of you are the best kept secret. How many of you think you're the best kept secret? Oh man, if only more people knew about me, they would just buy my stuff. I'm so good at what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 5 years, for 20 years, for 10 years. How many of you feel like that? It's like, I was just going to say Joyce. I'll just say Joyce. Joyce, you meet someone else who's just like you, and then you're like, that person has no idea. I know so much more about them, right? Because you've read all the books behind you, haven't you? Right? So you could be the best kept secret, and it doesn't matter, okay? Look at something like Louis Vuitton, okay? Their shoes, by the way, I've been buying those shoes for at least probably about 10 years now, okay? And I realized my feet have now become like this, okay? Not good, basically, okay? My wife said, your feet is supposed to be flat, but mine curve in like that, okay? So I realized these expensive shoes that I've been wearing basically throughout my whole adult life have not been good for me. Notice, Louis Vuitton shoes may not be the best shoes ever, but guess what they have? They have so much traffic, so many people want it, that it just becomes a norm. Yes or no? Okay. Sometimes I look at even some, you've seen some of these, some ladies, they will wear expensive clothes, expensive bags, and it doesn't look like the best thing ever. I just told you guys, okay, I've been wearing Louis Vuitton shoes for like, say, 10 years. Okay. By the way, that's their offer. Okay. That's their offer. What's their funnels process? They have shops. Okay. Shops. And they have social media funnels and magazines that they send to you and all of this stuff. But none of this stuff would matter if they didn't have people coming to them. If they didn't have people, if they didn't have traffic. Is this all making sense? So for traffic, I'm going to give you my formula. And like with anything great in life, the traffic formula, we must share a story. Okay. And this is the story. The worst number in business is what? 1. Okay. You must never have one business. You must, not one business. You must never have one. You must never rely on one source of traffic. So I'll meet ladies and gentlemen, and they'll be so happy that they've built this business. And then I say, hey, by the way, where are you getting your traffic from? And they're like, oh, no. My business is so good. All of our traffic is just referral. And I'm like, you're talking to me as if I should be impressed by that. No, listen, unless you're someone huge like Tony Robbins, it could be one part of your business, but that immediately tells me that you do not have a system to get you 24/7 exposure. Does that make sense? If you have a system, okay, so I see this. I see some people doing, they've got their own business, or they're doing affiliate marketing. And all they're doing, I just spoke to someone today and they're like, yeah, I'm doing TikTok and I'm doing YouTube. And I'm like, okay, you're still relying on 2 free traffic sources. Yes or no? I can come into your business, mind my language, and kick your ass from day one by putting in a funnel and sticking some money into traffic. Yes or no? And by the way, I'm thinking of doing exactly just that. Okay. So someone texts me, I'm not going to say who, and they said this and that, Ismail. And I was thinking to myself, this offer will have a high converting lifetime value. I could make a lot of money from this. And guess what I'll do? I'll come in and I'm going to eat your lunch. Yes or no? Same way, listen to me. If you have a business and you're thinking you're the hot shot, okay? So, do you remember a few days ago, I talked about my friend, Dr. Stu. How many of you remember Dr. Stu? Let's ask that question again. How many of you remember Dr. Stu with the stem cell dogs treatment? Okay, there you go. Nice better, okay? So he's spending, let's just say, about 5K per month, and he's making around 100 grand per month, okay? He spends 5K to about 8K a month. And he makes around 100 grand a month, okay? So he's got this unique, formula, whatever. How many of you think that's such a great ROI? It is, okay? You can make your fortune if you can get this sort of ROI. One of the keys is having the right funnels. What I said to him is, Dr. Stu, being very blunt, because I'm very blunt, and it's the way people sometimes, they have to get that shock, right? So said in a nice way, I said, you do realize that the only reason why you're making so much money is because no one else has caught on to this. And he smiles and he goes, yeah, I know. And he said, that's why we want you to come on. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because he realized it. By the way, it doesn't matter what your business is in. Ismail's running this TTA. Guess what's going to happen? I just exposed all of you to it. Okay? Sorry, Ismail. Okay? How do I know? How do you know some kid in India or America is not watching this right now, rubbing his hands together, and he's going to stay up all night trying to build his own TikTok's agency? Do you guys get where I'm going with this? Okay, same way, you might have a business and it's ticking along, it's making a little bit of money here. If you do not have a traffic system that's working for you 24/7, ladies and gentlemen, it's only a matter of time before someone comes in and takes over your business, takes over your clients and your customers. Does that make sense? A fun fact, I promoted ClickFunnels the first week it came out. ClickFunnels nearly destroyed my entire business. You might be wondering why and how. I used to charge, or I still charge, we would charge, say, $10,000 to $25,000 or £10,000 to £25,000 for these WordPress funnels. Then my friend comes along, hey, Shaq, it's Russell Brunson. Can you promote my product? I'm like, yeah, Russell. He's now selling funnels, a funnel software, okay? And all the people that used to follow me for funnels, then are like, hey, why should we follow Shaq when we can just buy this software? Then they quickly realize there's over 100,000 people that use the software. So it's not the software that makes you the money. Does that make sense? Okay. How many of you have bought ClickFunnels and then realize you don't have $1 million award? Because it's not, there you go, right? It's not the software, right? Otherwise, everyone, the 100,000 people that are using ClickFunnels, they'd all be millionaires. But it doesn't work like that. What you have to realize is if you don't have the right traffic system, okay, that consistently gets you customers, even whilst you're sleeping, that consistently gets you exposure, even once you're sleeping, you're walking on ice, basically. And you could be lucky for 1 year. I know people that have been lucky for 20 years. 20 years later, boom, they lose their business. Why? Someone else is smarter, cheaper, faster. Yes or no? That's why I was telling you guys, you have to have a blue ocean strategy. I know in my business, I have a blue ocean strategy because people, for example, the clients that came in today, okay, Rohina, someone like her, she only wants the premium stuff. She didn't even ask me, is there any discount? She didn't ask me. She literally said to me, if you tried to sell me a $5,000 program, I would have thought, nah, this is a waste of my time. I wouldn't buy it. So guess what? I know I have a big blue ocean. Okay, the way I've positioned my offer, I'm the only one. When people think of your name, hear your name, go to your website, go to your funnels, are you the only one? And guess what? My other agency was called soloadsagency.com. Okay, by the way, I paid a mentor $1,500 even when I was really broke, and I go on a phone call. I go on a phone call and I was praying, oh my gosh, I hope this $1,500 is worth it. In the first 10 minutes, he says to me, go buy this domain. And I'm on GoDaddy buying this domain, soloadsagency.com. That I launched it, boom, business started doing 50K a month, no, 20K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, $300,000 a month in under 12 months. Okay. That's the power of having one good idea. So when Ismail came to me, I'm like, that's Black Digital. Call it what the people are looking for. TikTok's agency. My other agency, which we only have for my private clients, is fbadsagency.com. Wahida, if you came to fbadsagency.com, do I have to explain to you what I do?
No, it's Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook. I have another brand called funnelsagency.com. Okay, Kevin, if you come to funnelsagency.com, do I have to sit there and try to sell you 10 minutes? What is a funnel and why my funnels agency, what it does? No. Do you see how I've positioned it? Okay, by the way, that's just one aspect of the positioning. So why does positioning matter? Positioning matters because your traffic becomes much more easy. Okay, traffic becomes much more easy if your offer is positioned right as the only one. So the big mistake people make with traffic is that they only rely on one. One is the worst number in business. Why? Because something happens, your business goes down because of one traffic source. Okay, and I know this because early on in my career, I lost a business that was very close to my heart. And I remember back in the day, I used to go to these cafes. And there's this one guy in the cafe. And I start talking to him and I'm telling him every single thing about my business. And literally the next month, he launched the exact same thing. And he took all of my customers, okay? Because I was trying to get 1 or 2 or 3 customers here and there. He went right to the company, did a joint venture with them. And my entire business went just like this. Okay, so we want to have traffic. And what I've come up with is something called the MSOT formula. What does MSOT stand for? Multiple sources of traffic, multiple sources of traffic. This is how you build a bulletproof business, a recession-proof business, a pandemic-proof business, recession-proof, pandemic-proof, competition-proof business. Is this making sense, everyone? See, now I have multiple sources of traffic. What do we have? Ismail, what other traffic sources that we use? Facebook ads, what else? LinkedIn messaging, Instagram, emails, TikToks, YouTube, of course, YouTube, solo ads, JVs, events, sponsorships, other people's events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're adding a new one with affiliates. That's 11 traffic sources. If Edin tomorrow wanted to go out and compete with me, how are you going to do that when I have all of this, right? By the way, Facebook doesn't like it for whatever reason. They shut me down. Guess what happens? I've got all these traffic sources. Yes or no? Here's the thing. My best traffic source and the one that I'm always working on is emails. Why? Because this is the one no one can take away from me. Yes or no? Some of you have become my customers for the first time. Hopefully you have got thousands of dollars worth of value and my time and my energy here. Some of you have gone on to invest lots of different things with us in the last few days, today. Some of you will stick around for the next 5 or 10 years. I have people that I send an email a day and they have been following me and they still get emails from me. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, but guess what? This is how you build passive income, stability and security, and an ever-growing business. This is what we want to have for you. When you apply and you get selected to work with us as a VIP, we will help you build your own MSOT traffic formula so that you never worry about when is your next customer coming from. Can I share this story with you guys? Personal story. A few days ago, I asked Ismail, hey, Ismail, I want to basically buy this place, okay? So there's this penthouse that's on for sale. And I'm thinking, hey, you know, now as the recession is here, blah, 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 you know, now's the time to like just invest in my business and myself. And he said something to me, and he's like, you know, one of those campaigns that you ran? I was like, yeah. Because, you know, that campaign did about 300, 400K. I said, yeah. He goes, well, why don't you just run that campaign 3 or 4 times? Boom, you've got an extra £1 million. You're sorted. You can buy the extra other penthouse. Is that cool or what? There and then I made a commitment. Hey, I'm going to run this campaign and we'll do it 4 times. Let's get it. Who's with me? So what happens is, okay, how many of you know who Dan Kennedy is? Okay, Dan Kennedy basically says, I think he talks about the Beatles or something, right? One of the guys wanted to buy a swimming pool. And the other guy said, like, how are you going to afford that? And he said, oh, I'm just going to come up. We're just going to make a new single. So imagine you want to buy your parents something. You want to donate to a charity. You want to do something for the world or for yourself. Okay, take care of yourself before you take care of the world, right? You want to buy this house. You want to pay off your mortgage. You want to buy this dream car that you've always wanted. What if it was as easy as, let me make more offers? What if it was as simple as that? And what if you started developing the skills to create offers? Because if you do, now you have an endless stream of wealth and cash flow coming in. Yes or no? Okay. When you start thinking like this, guys, you don't really struggle in being scarcity minded. You now start thinking, oh my gosh, what's the possibility? I can buy one house. Oh, what can I do? I can make this offer. I can do that, right? Everything becomes limitless. So MSOT, multiple sources of traffic. The next one, and this is, by the way, the final thing that wraps it all up, okay, is multiple MSOC, okay? MSOC stands for multiple sources of conversions. So remember how I talked about the formula to making money online, to building your business, is you got to have traffic and conversions equals cash. Yes? Traffic, people coming into your business, conversions equals cash. What if you had multiple sources of conversions? So for example, I have what's called a 5-day challenge. Okay, 5-day challenge. How many of you guys think this is an effective way to convert customers into sales? Raise your hand. Okay. I have people that have no idea who I am come and spend 5 days with me. I promised an hour or 75 minutes a day. I've been doing about 3 hours per day. Yes or no? First thing is, am I over delivering? No matter what you think of this challenge, you're going to walk by and you're going to say, that guy over delivered. He could have done 1 hour, done. But you see, I created worksheets. I have slides. I have whatever, iPad. I'm going above and beyond. So this is a form of conversions. Second one is the VSL. Okay, we talked about this. The call funnel. What does the call funnel do? It brings people to me. Okay, it brings people to me. If someone has, you know, $5, $10, $20,000, most of the time my team, you know, I have people that are setters, I have people that are closers. They will take over. Now, what happens is during these challenges, I'll step in for a little bit and I'll say, hey, if someone is serious, then I'll personally take the call. Is that how I've been doing that? Yes. Why would I do that? Because look, I do these challenges, you know, once a year, once every 2 years, like this, in this manner. So it's okay for me to get on the phone, get to know Mahmoud. He's just joined one of our VIP programs. Okay. Again, I asked him, he's like, nah, he don't know who I am. Okay. He's much newer than George is like, yeah, I know you for 6 years. I've been getting your emails, blah, blah, blah. You know, Mahmoud is like, I don't even know who you are. But he's like, he connected with me on something and he's like, okay, cool, I'm buying. So third one is what we call the automated webinar. Okay, auto webinar. This is a webinar. How many of you would like to sell courses online? So maybe say $500 to $1,000, $2,000. I recommend having anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 courses. Okay, $1,000 course, you need 3 of them, 3 measly sales a day to make basically basically 100 grand a month, which is $1 million a year income. Okay, and you have, let me tell you this, you have enough experience, okay, enough expertise in your life that you can turn your experience, your passion, your expertise, your mistakes Okay. Some of you have made a lot of mistakes in life. Who's there? Now you need to take those mistakes and that mess and turn it into a profitable message that makes millions, because that's an asset. Do you get it? Because guess what? If you now made a mistake, okay, and you're in your 40s, okay, so let's just say you've made XYZ mistake, okay, we're not going to go into, but let's just say you made XYZ mistake. Now you start making a video or a auto webinar or even a call funnel. Okay, this is the first funnel that we teach our clients to do, and we give them the tools, resources, templates, fill in the blanks, you do this. Now you go in and you make this call funnel, and in the call funnel you say, oh, by the way, this is a mistake that I made. Someone who's in their maybe 20s, 30s, or 40s, they look at that and say, I don't want to make that mistake. I need to come and learn from this guy. Does that make sense? Okay. And you could teach almost anything based on your experience and expertise and have people pay you for it. Okay. Because there's going to be someone out there that will resonate with your messaging. Does this make sense? Okay. However, if you start comparing yourself with other people, if you start, thinking, okay, you don't have the confidence or you've never done this, then someone else is going to do what you're planning to do. And in about 1, 2, 3 years, you're going to think, oh man, I should have really launched that course. I should have launched that funnel. How many of you feel like that right now? Okay. I know, because my team have been saying they're all mainly stuck at whatever they're doing and they need a proven roadmap. This is what I'm giving you guys. Okay. Now, to close this off, you have MSOC, multiple sources of conversions. Remember, this is your funnels, okay? This is the funnels. This is, for those of you who are totally new, this is your shop. People are coming into your shop to buy stuff. MSOT, multiple sources of traffic, okay? You can have the best shop. You can be the best kept secret in the world. But if no one's coming, the traffic is the eyeballs, it's the visitors. This is the lifeblood of your business, okay? You can have the best product, you're the best person, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if you can't get an abundance of traffic, okay? If you can't get lots of people coming in. If this is making sense, just raise your hand or give me a thumbs up. MSOC plus MSOT. Conversions plus traffic equals cash. Okay. One more thing that I'm going to add, just in case some of you are like a little bit more concerned. What is cash? Cash is money. Okay. Cash, money. What is money? Money is a byproduct, a reward that gets paid out to someone who solves a problem. If you make X amount of money, that means you solve X amount of problems. If you make no money right now, it means you don't solve no problem. Does that make sense? What we want to do is we want to solve problems at scale without sacrificing our soul, sacrificing our values, sacrificing our life. The way you do that is by leveraging technology. The most efficient, profitable, simplest way of leveraging this technology is one word: having the right funnels. Please with me, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is why, to summarize, okay, write this down. To summarize, it's a lot of notes. Stage 1, you gotta understand before, during, and after of your company, of your business, of your idea. Doesn't matter if you're making zero. I know people here that are making literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, okay? So we want to identify the who, the what. We want to identify the funnels. We want to identify the cost per acquisition and LTV. We want to identify what are the different traffic sources, the traffic formula, MSOT. We want to identify MSOC, multiple sources of conversions. And then to wrap it up, we want to include all of this in one funnel. And you start off with one funnel and you get yourself an additional $10,000, $30,000, even $50,000 a month. Maybe you're already doing something and it's working. Maybe you're getting a few customers here and there. Okay, most people that we've spoken to are making an average of, again, some people will make a lot more. You saw, one of the clients here, she just left a $1 million business, but most people, it would be anywhere from, say, let's just say under $30,000 a month. Okay. The thing that's going to help you scale is going to be having the right funnels. How many of you really enjoyed this? By show of hands. Okay. I'd love for you guys, write this down. Okay. Send me a video review or a written testimonial inside of the Facebook group. Okay. And we're going to select a handful of people that have given us great reviews, and we're going to be giving away some cool prizes. Okay. I'm going to announce it in the Facebook group in the next few days. You need to stay tuned for the Facebook group. What else? To wrap this up, we are going to, again, I'm going to be doing a bonus training session for the next few days. Okay. So from Monday to Thursday, 4 days from 3 p.m. onwards. Okay. 3 p.m. UK time. We'll send out an email so that you can basically get cracking on with this. But I wanted to go through maybe a few more things in terms of taking your business to the next level. Okay. Especially, so some of you have asked, Shaq, what are the different things that you can help us with? And I'm going to spend a few minutes going over this right now so that I can show you guys what's on available. Is that cool with you guys? Okay, cool. So some people have asked, Shaq, how do we go to the next level? Okay, how do we go to 6 or 7 figures? Now, for most people, it's going to be this program, which is we're going to show you how to launch your own high ticket offer. Okay, what is a high ticket offer? Yeah. A high ticket offer is essentially anything that you can sell from $3,000 to $25,000. Okay. Now, if you're like, man, I want to launch how many of you want to launch your own courses, coaching, consulting? By show of hands. Okay, so keep this in mind. This is the program that's in for you. If you purchase this program, you qualify for it and you go through basically my team, they select you for this program. We're going to include, the marketing and mentorship with myself. We're also going to include this one, which is how to launch your own high ticket agency and have someone else deliver all the work. How many of you would like to launch a agency and have all the work outsourced? Raise your hand. Let me see. Come close to the camera. Okay. When you get this program, we include the agency program and the affiliate program included. Okay. Some of you, I know you're affiliates. You don't want to use your face. You don't want to use your name. You just want to be behind the scenes, send traffic, make $2,000, $3,000 commission per sale. I got you covered. Okay. In my past life, so to speak, I was a super affiliate. Okay. So I understand, what it means to do affiliate marketing. All right. So what do you get with the funnels agency in a box? These are just some of the things that you get covered. Okay. I don't want to kind of go through every single thing because, there's a lot, but essentially agency model structure. So George, what is the perfect agency model structure? So I'll give you an example. Ismail, you charge $16,000. And then how much percentage of ad spend? 15%. So he charges, write this down, guys. He charges $16,000 or $6,000 a month plus 15% ad spend. How much is 15% of ad spend with the current client? It's around, so from day one, he's going to be making $2,000 a month recurring income. Do you understand what that means? Okay. And wake up each month, as long as the client is paying each month an extra $2,000 richer. By the way, that's including on top of the actual management fee. So some people will do this model, George. Okay. So as I'm talking to George, I want all of you to kind of understand and make notes of this. Okay. They will show you the top money niches, agency offer research, client proposals, and contracts. Remember, I talked about, what do you say to a client to get them to give you money? And by the way, I will show you some clients, like for example, in my business, some clients, especially when they're like small business owners, they're like a doctor or, they've got some sort of clinic or whatever, they'll ask me, hey, can you write me a proposal? So I'm going to include my proven proposals in this program. Getting to your first 10 testimonials, setting up your OSS, blah, 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 and then productizing your service delivery. So how do you sell a service and then have the whole thing outsourced, even if you don't know how to do Facebook ads, right? This guy here does not know how to do TikTok ads, okay? But he's paying someone to run all of the TikTok ads, okay? Advertising insights, delegate and replace. So what else do you get? The templates, the docs, the cheat sheets. So all of the contracts, every single thing that's required. How do you hire VAs that can get this done? What are the different outcomes? What are the different pricing? Are you going to do revenue share, or do you just want to charge people up front? Every single thing that's required for your agency, this gets covered. An online community, so you're going to be part of a private Facebook community, online access. You're going to get 4 live Q&A calls. Okay, so we do anywhere from 3 to 5 calls a week. Okay, so how many times have you bought something and you didn't get the right support? Anyone? Okay, you're like, man, I bought this, I tried this, but I'm kind of scared. Well, guess what? Like I said, I wanted to create a no-fail system where, hey, day one at Mondays, we go through funnels and offers. Tuesdays, we'll do traffic Tuesdays. We'll cover Facebook ads, YouTube ads, whatever. Okay. Maybe we'll give you one day off, or maybe we won't. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, we'll cover sales calls, how to close people for $10,000 programs, even if you've never, sold something, or even if you hate selling. How do you outsource all of your sales? Tech support. I talked about, we're going to add a new one, which is not even listed here, social media marketing, with my right-hand creative director of funnels.com. Me and him, we're going to be charging clients anywhere from $20,000, okay, up to $50,000 for some of these videos that we're going to create. Okay, this is a little bit more advanced, like documentary style videos, but he's going to be the one, by the way, he's going to be teaching you how to create effective videos. Okay, and you can outsource the video creation and whatnot. Okay, the last one, which is, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, how many of you would love to partner up and position yourself as a funnels consultant with my company? By a show of hands. Think about this. Okay, imagine now, everyone knows about funnels. Look how big this whole industry has become, thanks to ClickFunnels, thanks to all these other companies like GrooveFunnels and whatnot. Imagine now Mahmoud goes to a business owner and is like, hey, I'm certified as a funnel certification consultant. A funnel certified consultant, you show your little certificate on your website, we'll give you a little badge, you put that on. Do you think you can charge a higher price for your services? Absolutely. Okay, so you're going to get a partnership program with the funnels agency. Okay, so my own funnels agency. Okay, so you get also 6-month, 6 to 7 figure blueprint launch program going through. Okay, again, we have a community of people that will hold you accountable. As you can see, these are some of our students from all over. Okay, scroll down, live calls every week, people sharing the results. These are just like testimonial stuff, but this is how the program works. And I'm just going to show you guys a little, posted a picture today, but I'll just show you the step-by-step plan. So I covered funnels agency, and I'm going to just cover this one. Okay, so this is basically the high ticket offer. So if you wanted to sell, courses and coaching and high level consulting, this is the step-by-step program that I created. Okay. The reason why I created this, I hired one of my main client success directors who's been with me for about 7-8 years, came in and literally every single thing. So think about this, right? Like you're coming in, you just invested in this. You want to learn, how do you make 6 figures, 7 figures? Starts with developing the right millionaire mindset, the tools, how do you shift your thinking? Okay. Then I created this, and then the done for you funnel setup. So imagine, like, you stay aside, me and my team just build you a proven done for you funnel. So all of your tech stuff gets taken care of. Is this powerful stuff? Yes. Next is the AMO framework. AMO stands for audience, message, and your mafia offer. Okay. If you don't have a mafia offer and your competitor does, he or she will get the money and not you. Okay. If your business is like, hey, I just do XYZ, I help people lose weight. Sorry, but that's lame. I help people get ripped whilst working out 3 times a week with no gym equipment. What is that? Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Okay. First one is lame. I help people lose weight. Second one is like, wow. One of my friends here in the UK, he makes really good money, has a great lifestyle. You know, he's a proper six-pack training guy. He does training, right? His tagline is very simple. Basically, I help overworked CEOs and busy professionals get into shape, right? And so not just get into shape, like get ripped. Okay, so we want to identify what is yours. Next one is I created something called a story asset stack. 15 types of content you can copy paste model for instant authority, conversions, and effortless selling. How many of you would like to do the work once and then for the rest of the year just chill the heck out? Anyone? Okay. How many of you feel like, man, if I get on Facebook, it's a drain because I get sucked into seeing what everyone else does. I get imposter syndrome, comparisonitis. I'm like, I don't like it. I hate social media, but I know that's where my clients are at. How many of you feel like that? Okay. By the way, I go through this phase. Today, I go on. I don't usually get on, but I have to get on to see you guys. And I saw one guy and he's got three, not one. Okay. One of my dream cars is basically it's called a Bugatti. Okay. How many of you know what a Bugatti is? Okay. Basically, it's like the stupid ass car. It's like £3-4 million. All these top entrepreneurs that I know, they have it. So I'm like, I got to get one. Okay. So I have it. I have a picture of it on my vision board and all of that. This guy today, okay, posts 3 of his Bugattis. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, oh man. And instantly I could find myself, I know that I'm jealous or I have any animosity or anything, but I'm now thinking about cars when I actually just go onto Facebook to talk to you guys. Okay. Now, by the way, I know I'm not the only one. How many of you get distracted very quickly and easily? Okay, well, guess what? With the story asset stack system, this is what helps me and protects my time, energy, and focus. I do the work once, and then we just automate the posting, okay? So I literally wrote this out, I think, during pandemic or before the pandemic. It took a little bit of time, but it's every single story. You know, Kevin, what I was talking about, you take your stories and you turn them into assets and lessons. Boom, guess what? All of them are now. They're there. And I give you the actual formula. So you could literally model this. Once you do this, you don't have to be a slave to social media anymore. We go through perfect selling system. How do you sell to perfect premium clients? What's the word for word scripts that you can use? How do you outsource all of your sales? So some of you are like, yeah, I want to make high ticket money, but I don't want to get on the phone to sell because I want to deliver to my clients. Well, guess what? You're going to get the perfect selling system. Email marketing secrets. 7-day email sequence, 30-day email sequence, a 12-month sequence. And I literally include something like 300-400 emails. Okay, even this organic audience, traffic building, then we go into Facebook ads, we go into YouTube training and whatnot. This is all part of the training program for launching your high ticket offer. Okay, if you are interested in this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. I want to, launch my own high ticket offer. I want to partner up with Shaq. I want to do this agency thing, or I want to do affiliate stuff. Go to funnels.com/VIP. Go and book your call today. So what's next is the training. You're going to get access to not just like online training, but behind the scenes in private masterminds. So when I do masterminds in the UK or in America, you're going to be able to get access to come and join me and my team. Okay. So sometimes I do them in my penthouse. Sometimes I do them in hotels. Literally, we have people from all over the world that come in from all different backgrounds, and you get intimate team coaching and support from me and my team. What else? Some people love live events. Okay. How many of you actually want to come to a live event? Okay. Learn in person. Implement in person. Okay. Me and my team, we've been doing events for a very, very long time. And I would love to meet you at one of my live events. Okay. So you get all of this so that there's literally no way that you can fail. And it's almost like getting multiple businesses in a box in one shot. Okay, this is what makes it so different. Also, what happens if you miss a call? We have a full training archive with over 100+ hours of training. But this just goes beyond training because we actually give you training, and then and then step-by-step tools and resources. Okay, so we do again. This is some of the copy and paste swipes that I use when I do expert interviews. How many of you know this gentleman over here? Anyone know who this is? Okay, this is Jay Abraham. He's known as the $20 billion man. Okay, so when I do interviews, when I do masterminds, I will share with you all of the best stuff that I learned. Okay, and I belong to a multiple mastermind, so you guys will get access to this. All right, let me go through this. And essentially, it comes down to this, okay? It comes down to where are you at right now? Who can help you get there? Not how do you get there. When you start thinking about how you're going to get somewhere, that confusion, the overwhelm gets the best of you. So it's not how. It's who is going to help you get there. Okay. And by now, if the last 5 days has proven something that one, hopefully you realize I actually care about your success, and I actually want you to succeed, because the more that you succeed, the better I can put you in my books, and my events, and my new programs, just like some of the case studies that you saw today. Who is it that can help you? And by the way, if you're like, you know what, this guy is not for me, that's totally fine. Hey, just go find someone. Okay, if I'm not going to be the guy for you, totally cool. Find someone that can help you. Is that cool with you guys? Okay, but don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. Right? Why? Because I meet people just like George. Okay, I met him a few years ago. 6 years he's been following me. Today he takes massive action. Literally pays for the whole program on a single credit card. I'm like, okay, man, you go for it. Right? So follow a mentor that is already where you want to be. Okay. Learn and leverage their experience. Okay. Avoiding the big mistakes, the pains. Get faster results. Okay, and it really comes down to just two things. Should you do this alone, like you're doing right now? It's going to be slow, lots of mistakes. If you don't get to where you want to get to, and you waste time and waste money, that alone is like you're never going to get that time back. So if you don't want to waste money, if you don't want to make lots of mistakes, if you want a fast track, and avoid the costly mistakes and painful stuff, let's do it together. Okay, it's faster, smarter, make less mistakes. It's significantly cheaper. I guarantee you, whatever you invest with us, it's significantly cheaper than you trying to do this on your own. Does that make sense? Okay. If at the most basic level, you just valued yourself, okay, at only $200 per day, okay, which is $6,000 a month. If you spend the next 6 months, think about this. If you spend the next 6 months and you're not there where you want to get to, most likely you're not going to get there by yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this call. At $200 a day, $6,000 a month. If you just waste another 6 months, that's $36,000 down the drain that you could have had more. Yes or no? And I can guarantee you it's significantly cheaper. Okay, so if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I really want this. Okay, I need proper execution help. I need help from my mindset to the actions. These are some of the modules that we're going to go through. So basically, first one is setting proper expectations, personal development for exponential growth, defining your niche. Okay, if you're brand new, how do you define your niche? Craft your message and create your high ticket premium offer within your first 30 days or less. By the way, we actually do this in just one module. So in like 1 hour, we will help you do that. To get it really dialed in, it can take 2 to 4 weeks, okay? Developing your OSS, client attraction system. This is the second week timeline, okay? And then complete sales method defined. So some of you will want to get on the phone and do sales yourself. Some of you are like, man, I hate selling. I don't want to touch a phone. That's fine. We'll show you how to hire setters and commission-only salespeople. You don't need an office. This is remote sales staff that you can hire. And guess what? You only pay them after they've made you a sale. Is that powerful stuff? Okay, how many of you would like that? Most people think they have to do all the selling themselves. Who told you you need to do that? Okay, for probably about 5 or 6 years, I don't think I even touched a phone. Why? I had a whole team that did all the selling for me. So I will help you define the perfect sales system for you. Okay. And then systemizing your process and creating systems for delivery and sales department so that you can scale. Okay. I'll give you my SOPs, my scripts, word for word things. So you don't have to spend 6 months or 6 years figuring out. One of the scripts that we use in our business, one, I actually paid Russell Brunson like $25,000. He sent me the script. Okay. I'm going to give, how many of you would like that script? Yeah. So you get that script. Okay. Second thing is, one of the scripts that we have that we're going to give you access to is been time tested and proven with over 5,000 sales calls. So what, do you want to spend the next 5 or 10 years of your life doing 5,000 sales calls? No, thank you. No one in the right mind wants to do that. We just give you the tools. And guess what? You can go hire someone in your family. You can hire someone that we recommend, commission only, give them the scripts, show them your product, and boom, now they can close and make sales for you. Okay. Module 6, how to leverage teams, how to hire people, how to really go to 7 to 8 figure. Like, what does it take to go from 0 to 100K, but then 100K, 1 million to $10 million and beyond. Okay. Essentially, this is what your next step is. If you'd like to work with us, funnels.com/VIP, funnels.com/VIP. We are going to close down enrollment probably in the next 1 to 2 days. Okay. Or as soon as these spots get filled out. Okay. 10 spots. I think we have like literally 10 spots. Go ahead right now. Okay. I've shown you exactly what's inside. This is complete step-by-step program. So literally it's a no-fail program. As long as you focus, okay, 90 days starting and scaling your high ticket offer. I don't care if you're brand new or if you're already making 10, 20, $30,000 a month. This program is guaranteed to help you grow, okay? Done for you marketing guide funnels, done for you webinar funnel, done for you email funnel, the social media stuff, done for you, set up, automated, so that you don't even have to get on Instagram and Facebook, but your social media posts can work for you. Does this make sense? Okay, imagine having a system that's working for you, getting you the traffic, getting you the leads, getting you qualified calls and sales. Done for you tech setup, done for you lead generation setup. And I've included a handful of bonuses. Like I said, 1 day intensive, once a month, I'll bring on one of my expert friends and they'll teach you everything from podcasting, YouTube mastery, how to get your first 100,000 followers on Instagram, passive income intensive, even my own personal stuff like investing. You know, I go into crypto and Bitcoin when it was just a few $1,000s. Guess what I did? I told all of actually, I'll show you. I told all of these students here to go and buy Bitcoin. How many of you would have been happy if you bought Bitcoin at $3,000? Okay, it shot to nearly $70,000. Who cares if it came down to like $24,000? It's still up. Okay, where else do you make that sort of ROI? VIP Funnels Accelerator, done for you affiliate high ticket partnership, right? The agency offer, you get access to that, and I'm including 2, not 1, but 2 tickets to my next 3-day live event. Okay, I'm going to host the first one in London. I'm planning to do the second one in Chicago and the third one in Dubai. Okay, I am going to be selling these tickets alone for at least $3,000 to $5,000. You will get access to 2 tickets at no extra cost, okay? Just for enrolling in this program right now. So come over to this page. I've literally broken down every single thing, like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 12. Okay, when we go next level bonuses updated. But the whole goal is, how do you get your first 5 or your next 5 to 25 paying clients? Okay, in just 12 weeks. Go ahead right now. And again, this is what your 12-part privileged mentorship looks like. It's a 12-week accelerator immersion done with you virtual intensive. We'll help you start up and scale up your business with high-ticket automated funnels. We'll give you the templates, the tools, step-by-step video training. And when you get stuck, we're there, live Q&A. Okay, we have people that are just starting out. We have people that are making 7 figures. I got one guy that's making on track to doing $1.5 million this month. I got another guy who's done $2 million in a single month. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you're starting from. You want to be in a room where everyone is getting smarter and richer together. How many of you agree? Okay, that's the key. If you're the smartest and you're the richest in your circle, trust me, that's a big problem. That's what keeps you stuck. So I want to give you the tools, templates, and systems to help you grow. Okay. Again, why it exists is very simple. Right now, the current marketplace is filled with overnight gurus, and I've spent over a decade of my life. I spent $600,000 on my own mentorship, and I've condensed all of this stuff down to give you a step-by-step actionable plan to get cracking on, okay? So this is the entire step-by-step plan. The goal is to help you get going, not just like from mindset. We help you reinvent yourself. Again, Rohini, who said she lost a past business. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you how I've reinvented myself multiple times over, okay? Like literally in the last probably 2 years, I've reinvented myself, okay? From everything from how I look. I mean, I didn't even have this beautiful beard, okay? I didn't have some of these things. How I look, to how I act, how I talk, every single thing, I've reinvested myself. Why? Because I realized, this is the key to growing non-stop. Does this make sense? Okay. But what happens is, if you're the smartest and you're the richest amongst your friends and peers, you need to create a new circle. Okay. And then the funnel setup, all of this stuff, how to get your first 5 to 10 clients for free. Okay. Using the free traffic methodology, how to optimize your selling systems, the email marketing program. Okay. Getting automatic emails set up. So for example, imagine right now people come into your business. Most times people won't do business with you straight away. So that way you have automatic emails that do the follow-up for you. Does that make sense? Email marketing still outproduces any sort of direct to sale conversion. Email outperforms, write this down, social media marketing by 38 times. 38 times. So if you spend $1 on Facebook and you make $5 back, that's fine. But you can spend $1 on email marketing and 38x ROI. Think about this. George here, he's been following me for the last 6 years. Today, he decides to buy one of my most premium programs. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, permanently end all rejection and only deal with qualified people with cash. How many of you would love to have a business where you're not stuck with getting rejected all day long? This is the program. Yep. Okay. So mass traffic secrets that can scale without you, samurai sales system. And again, I included a few extra things here. And listen, the VIP program, even if you don't have a business idea, even if you're not a world famous expert, even if you're overwhelmed and you have no idea where to start, okay? Like Becca Barry here. How many of you, watched her story today? This lady came to me. She spent 2 years of her life. Okay. By the way, she worked for NASA for 20 years. She's tried almost every single business model. I think Amazon, affiliate stuff, e-commerce, network marketing, setting up shops, pop-up stores in malls. Okay. Her husband was like, what are you doing? She comes down to London. Okay. She spends by the way, she paid me 25K. She spent 2 days with me and my team. We don't do this anymore, but she basically spent 25 grand, 2 days in London, went to Central London Hotel, got a conference room. We built her business for the first month. There you go. Okay. I recorded this, by the way. There you go. This is like me, really young. So I helped her make 10 grand her first month. Okay. And then by her 6th month, she made over $100,000. Is this powerful stuff? Okay. And then here's a few extra things I'm going to include with your purchase today if you qualify. Okay. Book your call, funnels.com/VIP. You get access to my Platinum Vault, 10 years of all the courses that I've created, the entire digital marketing certification, 12 months access, online access, multiple live weekly calls. And again, like I said, you're going to get a one-on-one call, a coaching call with our VIP client director, personal skills and business idea assessment, guided research for getting high ticket clients, step-by-step fill in the blanks offer creation. I mean, you can come in and read some of these things. It's absolutely insane. I've literally taken all of the best stuff that I have and put it all into just one program. Okay. So total value, $75,000. Okay. Launch price is $25,000 to $30,000. You could get started, literally save 50% by enrolling today. What's your next step? Go over here, click on this link, book your call. Book your call, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for your time, energy, effort. Take action on this and let's get you becoming one of our next success story.
Incredibly helpful, and it changed our life.
Hey, it's Jeremy Miner here. I am the chairman and founder of Seventh Level. We're a global sales training company. When it comes to hiring people, we only hire premium people because we want the biggest result. Shakir, my good friend now, is that person. Shaq is the man that we lean to for those type of skills and that type of knowledge and that type of work. Shakir is the man. We just won, this big award up there from ClickFunnels, multiple 8-figure business last year in 2021, ranked one of the fastest growing companies in the United States by Inc. magazine. Last year, we were ranked number 1,232 of the top 5,000 fastest growing training companies. And we're actually ranked number 1 fastest sales training company. But a lot of that has to do with not just our fulfillment, what we do, our training, the results we get. The first part of that comes from our funnels and our online marketing and high ticket offers. And Shaq is the person that can help you get those type of results. So,
hi, Jeff Lerner here, and I want to take a minute to talk about my friend Shakir Hussain. So I've known Shakir for like a decade. I've known him since he was 21, 22 years old. And what hasn't changed is that from the day I met Shakir, he was on fire to become the best internet entrepreneur, not only that he could be, but I mean, literally one of the best in the world. He's like one of the best marketers in the world. He's gone on to create tens of millions of dollars. We've stayed in touch. We've stayed connected. We've learned from each other's trainings along the way. And some of those brilliant marketing insights that I've been exposed to in my over a decade-long career on the internet have come from tuning into Shakir Hussain's training. This is a guy who's produced tens of millions of dollars in online sales. He was on fire, and he's still on fire. And what I've seen is not only that he's created massive results for himself, but that he is passionate about paying it forward and helping other people. And that, I think, now is what he does as well as anything and as well as anyone. So if you're watching this and you're evaluating Shakir as a possibility for a mentor or a connection in your life, I cannot give a more wholehearted endorsement to say, absolutely take action. The guy is a rock star and you're in great hands.
So basically I met Shaq a year ago, and my business was doing 6 figures a month. And man, it's been a journey. So basically when I met you, we were doing like 120 grand a month, and it was good to get your advice and perspective and on what I needed to do next, which was to build out the product path. And man, I just got to work, and honestly, it's that one thing has made the difference. And last month was 425K. The month before was 413. We're on to do a $1.2 million quarter. And man, like I took action on it right away, because honestly, you have to take action if you want results, right? So,
hey, what's going on? Zach Crawford here, and I wanted to shoot a quick shout out and testimonial for my mentor, Shakir Hussain. I've been following the guy for over 10 years, and I always loved his emails. I watched him grow from like industry to industry. No matter what he went into, he was always on the cutting edge of things. So I knew Shakir was the man to help me to get to where I want to be, right? So we spend roughly a month going back and forth, like talking, strategizing the new offer that I had in my head. He helped me to basically create everything, map out how exactly I should position it, what price points, you name it, the whole 9 yards. So after 30 days, I have the plan in my head. I know what I should do. I get to work. Literally 2 weeks later, I make $150,000. And now we're finishing up the month and I'm crossing over $190,000. So here's the thing, right? Not only has he helped me to build a business that's massively scalable now, and we're just getting started. I literally now see this is going to do 10 million plus a year because he's helping me put all the systems in place. And literally within just 60 days, we're already, making massive momentum and we're just getting started. The big thing for me is not the money. It's like he's helped me to overcome so many mental blocks that I had that kept me stuck. I'm talking about even just things of being frustrated in my own personal life and just like sharing some of these things with me, these lessons. It was like, my mind was blown, right? Completely blasted these thoughts right out of my mind, opened up my full potential to believe in myself and what's possible. And now it's like I see the world as literally my oyster. And so I can't even begin to thank you, Shakir, for everything you've done for me, man. Like, we've only been working together for like 2 months. This is just absolutely insane to me. I'm literally so excited every day to get out of bed. I'm working with cool customers. I'm building an amazing team that's all pumped up and inspired. I've just never been at a point in my life where I'm so excited for my future. And I can't even begin to put in words how thankful I am to you for everything you've done for me. I'm super, super excited to see where we're going with the next year. And, you know, my personal advice is if you're somebody watching this testimonial and you're on the fence, Shakir is the real deal. You know, I've been in this industry for over 10 years. I've invested over $250,000 in my marketing education. So I've seen my fair share of the jokers and the people that really deliver. And I can tell you literally on the very first call I got on the phone with Shakir, I mean, I knew right instantly, this is the guy. He knows what he's talking about. I mean, come on, look, he made 30 million by 30. I think the results are there. He knows what he's doing. I can't even recommend him enough. So Shakir, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, man. You truly are a game changer for me. You'll always have a place in my heart, you know, moving forward.
Hello, my name is Mark Burness, founder of We Build Tribes and 2 times 2 Comma Club Award winner. Now, when I won those 2 Comma Club Awards, I was inundated, Instagram, Facebook, email, by gurus and authorities that because I'd made money, wanted to help me to take it to that next level. I didn't know who to trust until I met Shakir Hussain. I hired Shakir, and the first thing that he did was to go through my business to help me to save money. And then he showed me how to make more money up front. As a multiple 7-figure business owner, I was used to making money in my business, but not money in the bank up front. Just this week, Shakir, through his work, helped me to make $107,000 cash in the bank up front, and that's something that I've never experienced before, all thanks to Shaq. So if you're looking for a mentor to take you from where you're at now to a whole new level, you've hit 7 figures, you want to go higher, hire Shaq. I can't recommend him enough, and I will be staying and working with Shaq for a lifetime.
I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, so I've been in 7 or 8 different businesses. My wife's been in the corporate world for 20 years. I've started 8 businesses in my lifetime, and this is the only one I've ever started where we saw a sale within 72 hours of setting it up. So, I mean, that's how powerful it is. We had our first $1,000 day yesterday, which was a... yeah. And we've... For the last 2 weeks, we've been making consistently an average of about $750 a day.
We decided to invest in ourselves and actually learn directly from Shakir and got mentorship from Shakir. So Chris and I have managed to create 6-figure months in less than 18 months.
So I've literally just joined Shakir's VIP Inner Circle Mastermind 10 days ago. 10 days in, I've just closed my first client for $10,000. I've been through every single online course you've probably been hit with online gurus and stuff, and Shakir is not like that at all. He's real, he's raw, and he is honest, and he will tell you when you need to kick at your backside. It's just phenomenal. Mind-blowing. I'm so happy and I'm buzzing. It's literally life-changing.
What is going on, you guys? Hey, it is Neil Anderson here. I've been working with Shakir for a little bit here, and there's 2 things I want to tell you about my experience with Shakir and funnels.com. Number 1, results, okay? You know, when I came to Shakir, I had a funnel that was converting. I had a business that was going. And I'll tell you, the first call I ever had with him, we screen share, we pull up my funnel, and immediately he jumps right into working mode. I mean, he's like, see this, see this, see this, click this, delete this, move this up, and if you do that, conversions will go up. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you the very next day, that funnel doubled to tripled the conversions. I mean, this guy's like a wizard. He knew exactly where to put things, what to delete, what to move. And I mean, he told me all this in like 5 minutes, all right? I trusted him. I knew he was the best. And I got the results I was looking for, way beyond what I was looking for. And what I was most impressed on, and I really feel qualified to talk about this because I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on consultants to help me with my business over the last few years. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that nobody cares about their clients more than Shakir. I mean, I'm serious. I was blown away. The first week I started working with him, he's texting me going, did you do this yet? What's the results? I want to know. We got to tweak this. Let's get you better results. And I'm like, whoa, this guy's following up with me. This guy's kicking my butt. Like, this is amazing. And I just was blown away on how much he cares. I didn't feel like it was somebody that I hired to help me with my business. I felt like he became a legitimate partner. And he was just as interested and just as hungry to get me the success that I was looking for as I am. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I just want to pop on screen real quick. If you're looking for results, if you want the best results, you go to the best. And Shakir's the best. If you want somebody that cares about your success, I mean, truly, which is so rare in our industry, for somebody that actually cares about their clients and will go above and beyond for them, I'm telling you right now, you need to hire Shakir. You need to hire funnels.com. You will not regret it. Do it. Do it now. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't do it the next day. Do it today. And I'm telling you, it'll be a game changer.
He's quickly become one of the biggest leaders in this industry, and he's a phenomenal teacher who really, really cares about his students and the people that he works with, which is why I decided to come and speak to his students. I've actually only spoken 3 times in my entire career, and never for a single dime in any kind of payment. I really just come do it for the people that I've been able to help, who are now helping folks like you, and Shakir is one of those people. So I can't recommend him enough. He's a fantastic teacher. You can't go wrong, and thanks so much.
For my good friend and mentor, Mr. Shakir Hussain. Since following his training, I've been able to go on and bank over $10 million in sales, which has been able to give me the life that I've always dreamed of. So on that note, because the sun's out, I'm just about to jump in my swimming pool here. I hope you have a great day, and listen and follow to everything that Shaq has got to say, because believe me, it will change your life just like it has done mine.
Shakir has been one of the best business decisions I've ever made that really helped take my business to the next level. And so when I first started out in this industry, I really started from scratch, from nothing. And that's actually also when I first got to know Shakir, right? So he's been seeing me from day one. He saw how clueless I was. Despite the fact that, I did not know anything, I was really lucky to be able to realize since the early days that to be successful, to fast track your success, you need to go and find someone who already got the results that you want, and you go and hire them as your coach, as your mentor, to help you get to that stage, to help you achieve the goal and the dreams that you love. Why Shakir? Out of all the people in this world, out of all the successful people out there, why Shakir? Well, simply because I just really resonate with him. He's a really, really great guy. And most importantly, he walks the talks, right? What it means is that every time he teaches you something, it's something that he actually did. It's not something that he read from the books or from the internet. It's something that he has actually tried and it worked.
I'm Dr. Jenny Tefankian, naturopathic physician, primary care doctor in the state of Oregon. When I met Shakir, I'd already spent an insane, embarrassing amount of money on other online programs, which had been great, but hadn't got me to where I needed to be in my business. But what I can tell you that I've gotten out of working with Shakir that I didn't get with working with anybody else are 2 really important things. He's allowed me to learn how to move faster in my business. Shakir has incredible intelligence and energy and momentum in his business, and he's making mistakes all the time. And he's learning for those, and he course corrects really fast. He shares each one of these processes with us in the program. So I've been able to have that insider bird's eye view of how it is that you move fast to grow your company, which has been really incredible because as a physician, we're trained to go a little bit slower, right? We're trained to really think about things. You don't want to make mistakes, but actually you want to fail forward when you're talking about business. And I've learned that from Shakir. It's fun being in his program. I've met amazing people. It's like being part of an incredible mastermind. The men and the women that I've connected with all around the world, I know are my buddies. We're there to support each other. We're cheer each other on, and we're there to make the connections that need to be made when it's time to make them. Shakir has an absolute heart of gold. I've never felt more supported by anybody in any program, and I've worked with some of the best. He believes in us. He wants us to succeed. He knows who you are, and he really cares. Again, he's made enough money that he could sit on an island and just drink tea for the rest of his life. But he's here doing this work because he has a mission, and his mission is to support us in our mission. I highly recommend you work with Shakir. It's going to be an incredible experience for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
So basically, I attended Shakir Hussain's online prosperity workshop, and I was into his e-commerce program. And he went through the program with me. It was awesome support, and I've gone on to able to generate over $650,000 US in sales in the past 1 year by working with Shakir Hussain. So, it's really important to invest in yourself, get a mentor, and, once you do these things, financial stability is really possible. So I can show you the results right over here, right? $642,000 in sales on my Shopify store. It's awesome.
Hi, Becca Berry here. I'm from Houston, Texas, and for the last 15 years, I worked as a subcontractor to NASA. I was a business strategist, and I worked some really cool programs. I loved my job, but in 2013, NASA downsized, and a lot of the contractor workforce lost their jobs. I was one of them. I was devastated. I was embarrassed. I thought I was a valuable team asset, and I thought I was irreplaceable. I was tired of working to unrealistic deadlines. I was tired of making a lot of money for my bosses while I was struggling to get 3% raises. And I just wanted to do something different. I wanted a professional business, something that I could be proud of. This was what I was looking for. He talked about running a business. He talked about metrics. He talked about the things you need to measure to make sure you're making profits. He talked about how to do the job. He talked about the training available to teach me how to do the job. The most important thing to me is, unlike physical products with low profit margins, it offers high profit margin products. So I can make one sale and be good for the month. In my first month, I was able to make $10,000. By month 6, I was making 6 figures. I've gotten to travel to London twice, to Costa Rica, now to Cancun, Mexico, and I'm going to the Bahamas at the end of the year. It's been a dream come true for me because it's made so much possible. It's given me financial freedom, time freedom, and just the freedom to enjoy my family without the pressure of worrying about my next paycheck.
Hey, what's going on? I just want to leave this short video testimonial from my good friend Shakir. Working with him, we have grown our coaching business so quickly and so efficiently like I never thought so before. I've had a lot of these coaches and consultants as my clients, and I've had a lot of them as my mentors, and I can speak to Shakir and his team being up there with the very best. When I made the decision to work with him, it was a no-brainer, and I'm forever grateful for making that decision. Whatever it is that you need, whether it's frameworks, whether it's systems, processes, mindset, whatever it is, him and his team give you, they give you absolutely every single tool that you need to succeed. I'm personally extremely proud to call Shakir my mentor, but most importantly, I am extremely proud to call him my friend. And I look forward to continuing to grow our coaching business with him and his team. And I also look forward to maybe one day setting up businesses with Shakir. But guys, if you're watching this video and you're on the fence, bet on yourself, because Shakir will give you the roadmap to success. If you put in the action and you're ready for somebody who will give you the keys to unlocking your future, Shakir is the guy. Don't sleep on this. Get in on his programs because it's truly unique, guys. So hopefully this helps you sway your attention towards Shakir, and yeah, you'll never regret it. So Shakir, I love you, man. I'm always here for you. Thank you so much.
The reason I wanted to record this with you right now is I wanted to share with you something that I realized just a few days ago. I remember attending one of Shaq's events, sitting in the audience, and there was someone on stage, one of his team, delivering a presentation on how to run Facebook. And he shared one of the ads that they were running on Facebook very, very profitably. So I went back home, I took the very same ad, adapted it to my product and my market, and started running it. And then, so I look up the stats, and it turns out that that very specific ad copy, which we had run as our winning ad for over 9 months, and which we are still running, had made in excess of $225,000. What Shakir shares, what his team share, really delivers the results. So as a result of that, I've now started working a lot closer with Shakir, specifically in getting mentoring from him. Why? Shakir and his team, they have got the results. They don't just tell you what you should do, right? They tell you, well, out of the 10 different options that you have. So I look forward to reporting back on progress. I'm so excited. It's going to be an amazing journey. It has been so far. It has been a very profitable journey. And most importantly, I'd like to say, Shakir, thank you so much. It's not just about the money. It's about making a difference. and you definitely made a difference.
Hey guys, John Chow here from johnchow.com. I want to send a shout out to Shakir Hussain. This guy, 25 years old, has built 3 multi-million-dollar businesses. He's somebody you want to learn from. I've met him numerous times at various masterminds, and every time I meet him, I've always learned something new. So if you have a chance to go see him, go learn from him, do not hesitate, just do it.
Hello, my name's Paula Morrison, and I'd just like to give a quick shout out for my friend and mentor, Shakir Hussain. I've been associated with Shakir for over 12 months now, and in that time I've made well over $30,000. My best month so far is $9,500, and I'm aiming to top that pretty soon. All I can say to you is stick with Shakir, and you're in for a wonderful ride.
I was just wanted to shoot this video for gratitude for Shakir. Shakir's been a key to my success. He took me and explained to me what paid traffic was, and just that little change from trying to do everything for free and all the free methods that I was being taught to doing paid just changed everything, and it's taken me to over 8 figures in sales just on 5 years now. So I'm forever grateful for him. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
First met Shakir Hussain at Dominican Republic in 2015, and later on that year I eventually sought him out to be my very first mentor. Ever since I've struggled online for roughly 2 years. I've lost probably close to $70,000, but I never gave up, and that's something I want to tell all of you. Never give up, because now in 4 months on transforming my business using LinkedIn, made over $20,000 in sales for consulting in copywriting and Facebook. Now I have 2 pending contracts with very large B2B companies at $500,000 in sales. So I get a 12% commission if they buy. So those are 2 pending commissions that I have had happen just recently. And as well, I built my connections to over 7,600 on LinkedIn. And in my very first 30 days, I made $4,600 in consulting. So if I have to recommend anybody for you to work with, it would be Shakir Hussain. And I really hope you get inspired to never give up and to follow your dreams. Thank you.
Get involved with Shaq, and that was one of the best decisions that we've ever made for our online business, because since we did that, apart from the amazing events that Shaq has kind of invited us to, and where we've gone and where we've flown all over the world because of Shaq and because of the events and the people that he knows and the networking, and we've made, like, since we've just started going to the events that Shaq puts on, we've made over about $220,000.
Yeah, about $220,000.
$220,000.
Having taken on board what Shakir did and what he taught me, I completely changed the way that I work. My closure rate, where it was at 22%, it's now at 85%. So that has made a massive difference to my business. That has meant that I've been able to give my son Harry, who's just left college with a great set of A-level results, a business. And he runs this business for us on the side. And that is bringing us in, over the last 4 months, it's brought us in $60,000. So not an insignificant amount of money, yeah? And it's something that my 19-year-old son has picked up and run with. I understand exactly how it works, but it's something I wanted to give him so that he had something to work with himself. I love the business. I think it's amazing. And if you guys are sitting there, guys and girls are sitting there thinking, can we do it? Absolutely. You do not need any special skills. You do not need to be techie. You do not need to be a guru. You just need to want to be able to help people and educate people. Okay? You need to have those values that you want to make a difference. And you need to have the right mindset, because becoming a multi-millionaire is bloody hard work. You'll get out of this business what you put in it. Do not think it is get rich quick. It absolutely isn't. But what it will do, it will give you choices, because this kind of business will enable you to work anywhere in the world in the time that you want to. So you no longer have to spend 60 hours a week jumping on the train and working in the city, or working in that factory, or sweeping the streets, or delivering milk or newspapers in the cold. Yeah, you choose. So you work where you like, you work when you like, and you write your own paycheck.
First of all, I'd like to say a big thanks to Shakir. I've been able to generate hundreds and, just over 6 figures online at the young age of 15. And I'm super excited to be able to do that. But I would have never been able to do this because 2 years ago, I was clueless about online marketing. If 2 years ago you told me that I was going to go on to make 6 figures online and be able to help hundreds of people, start succeeding online, I would call you crazy. What has it been like with Shakir mentoring me? Well, the best way to explain this is, number one, you need one thing. One simple thing. It's a mentor. Why? Because a mentor is like a GPS. You know your starting location and you know your final location. And a mentor is like a GPS because it tells you the right twists and turns to make to get to your final location. He's taught me so much and really opened up my mind. I believe that everyone has like this spring of potential inside them, and it takes having the right person, working with the right person, to really release that spring and unleash your full potential. And I think that's what Shakir's done for me. So guys, Shakir's mentoring over the shoulder, very personal, one-on-one and intimate, and it's really helped me out. And I don't think I'd be in the position that I am today if it wasn't for him. So once again, I'd like to say a big thanks to Shakir. I really appreciate him, and that's just my honest opinion on his mentoring.
And I'd just like to give a quick shout out for my friend and mentor, Shakir Hussain. I've been associated with Shakir for over 12 months now, and in that time I've made well over $30,000. My best month so far is $9,500, and I'm aiming to top that pretty soon. I'm a 65-year-old grandma from Western Australia, a small country town, who had very little computer experience and knowledge of running an online business. But look at me now, I'm going ahead in heaps and bounds, so it's pretty wonderful. So all I can say to you is stick with Shakir and you're in for a wonderful ride. Take care.
I actually want to give a massive shout out to Shakir Hussain, one of the key influencers, and forever grateful for my brother. Shakir, I was able to lock arms with very, very early on. Showed me a system, how to leverage it, and this is where I am today. It wasn't always this case. I knew nothing about internet marketing before I met Shakir Hussain. In fact, I lived an incredibly successful corporate career over the last 22 years, was fortunate enough to live around the world. But it came at a price that I was no longer able to pay. Not only did I have a horrible, life-threatening smoking habit, but I traded too much of my time for a massive paycheck and really didn't have enough time to spend with my family. I was never there in my mind for my family, even on weekends, because you guys who are in corporate, you know that feeling. That gut-wrenching, nauseating feeling that in 2 days' time, all that's going to repeat itself on Monday when the siege of swallowing pride, heading into that office, earning that hefty paycheck starts all over again on Monday morning, and you got a whole another week of that. That was a cycle that I was in. No time, earning a good paycheck, but really, the trade-off was incredibly imbalanced. Shakir's going to be showing you a lot of things that you cannot find in a book. The wisdom and experience that somebody who has what you're looking for and who can teach you has already gone through. It saves you time, energy, money, and gets you onto a success path pretty quickly. He's been able to show me some strategies that I've been able to implement. And my first results came in just a few months, having locked arms with a person like Shakir and leveraged the system. And here's just a screenshot of a payday I actually got overnight while I was actually vacationing in Jamaica. 3 weeks later, I had another paycheck, 10 grand from a campaign I ran on Facebook. So here's what it all comes down to. And I'm actually reaching to two individuals that are out there who are watching this video. Number one, if you're in corporate and you're looking to that bump up in salary and climb up that corporate ladder, got a question for you. When are you going to stop hoping and praying that that's going to happen? Number two, if you're already soaring high in the corporate ladder and you got an incredible lifestyle with a great income, you're actually at risk. What I'm suggesting is you got to look at opportunities to diversify your streams of income so that you can actually create that soft landing in case something happens. And the system that Shakir is going to be showing you right on this page, you're going to have to take a look at it, okay? It's self-explanatory, it works. But the difference between why it works for somebody and why it may not work for somebody else is the individual. And Shakir is going to be able to show you how you can actually get started right on this page. So big shout out to Shakir, my brother. Thank you. Continue to help change the lives of other people around the world with what you're doing, just like you've done with mine. Take care. We'll see you guys at the top.
I've been on the program for about 4 weeks now. I'm so excited to say that we've actually made 3 high ticket sales already. But now that I've got my 3rd high ticket offer, I know it's definitely a thing, and it's all down to Shakir and his team. They really break everything up so that it's easy to follow. Like, I hate tech, right? I'm in data privacy. That means I'm on the business side. When it comes to tech, I delegate and outsource all of those things out. But the great thing is, every day of the week, there's someone there to help you. So on Tuesdays, we have someone talking about Facebook ads and traffic. On Wednesday, we have someone focusing on our mindsets. On Thursday, we get help with tech. On Friday, copywriting. And the reason I walk all the way down here is because what Shakir teaches is simply that. It's the small things that make the big things happen when you do them consistently. And that's all it was that's taken me from going from there to now getting back up there with high ticket sales, thanks to funnels.com.
He talked to me and I listened, and now I have the results to prove it. I posted it on Facebook today. I got over 250 plus leads in one day, in less than 24 hours, and 3 sales. That has never happened to me before, ever. And I'm so thankful that I listened to you, Shakir. You're awesome. I recommend you 100%. Shakir will deliver. Absolutely and completely. I'll put all of his information below, and I just wanted to say, Shakir, I love you. You're a rock star, and I thank you that I don't have to struggle anymore, and that means so much to me and my family, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So I've been on Shaq's mailing list for a couple of years now, and I keep seeing him hosting events and being at them live, and I was like, I really want to meet this guy. Like, he's made so much money, I want to learn from him. Eventually I got myself to a live event, and then from there I learned about this event, and I was like, if I've got a chance to learn in 3 days everything that I need to get started with, I'm doing it. And I came, and I'm so glad I did. I think the biggest value for me has been just that sort of aha moment, and I'm just so excited now. It's like I finally understood it. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe it's taken me this long to find something that is like fully packaged. And I swear to god, like, I've been looking for something like this for like 3 years. I'm like, yay, I found something finally. I'm so excited. Everybody can do this. Everybody can benefit. And if people don't come to this, it's like you're saying you don't want money given to you almost like effortlessly if you do the right work. Like, you're at a point in your life, you've got a road A, a road B, and it's like you decide to go down road A, and it's like windy and lots of pebbles, and it's really difficult, and it's like there's road B, and it's straight and it's clear, and there's people there to help clear the path for you and show you where to step and literally kind of walk you into a beautiful palace. The way that he's created his results and the speed at which he's done them just has packaged it all up and made it so easy to see the opportunity. How come I didn't do this sooner, right? But at the same time, it's like he's super successful, but it's not because he's trying to be super successful. It's because he's being himself. He's just focusing on something and going straight to the heart of the problem and the challenge and like delivering a result. And it's like he gives so much value to people, he gets that value back. He's helping people become financially successful, and he's getting the rewards of being a really good coach. It's not like he's doing it for the money. He doesn't need the money, right? He's doing it because he genuinely wants to see people succeed, and you can see that. I am so excited. Like, I cannot begin to describe how excited I am for what is coming in life. The opportunity and it's right in front of me and everything is there, and now I just need to do the work, and I need to do the right work, and I need to take the right steps. Can't express how excited I am, but I'm just like, oh my god, like my life has completely changed, and this is just the beginning of it.